I do encourage people to continue to make smart decisions, especially if you're experiencing any kind of symptoms. I do want you to know that we do have a place throughout the convention, including the presidential suite, I'm sure at the hospitality suite, at our registration table. We do have Illum tests available. If you need a test to test for COVID, I would encourage you to do that. I also want to encourage everybody to exercise patience with the elevators, always a convention joy. I noticed that last year everybody complained about the smart elevators, and our host affiliate told us these are the dumbest elevators here you can get, and everybody complains about those elevators. So it's a tradition, yeah. So I do encourage you to exercise patience and plan a little extra time. We all are working to get to the places we need to. And remember that we have a strong commitment to respect each other and encourage each other. And so if you find people who need help, I would encourage you to help out. And this is an opportunity to give a nod to our great ambassadors who have been doing phenomenal work around the convention. Thank you for that. If you want to know how you can become an ambassador, you've become one. Everybody can be an ambassador here, and you can talk to Dan Burke or Corb O'Connor about where you can jump in to help. But if you see a problem, definitely jump in and help. At this convention, we will be electing a number of positions for the board of directors. Those members of the board who are up for election include Denise Avant of Illinois, Marcy Carpenter of Washington, Everly Hairston of California, Grace Pyers of Rhode Island, Terry Rupp of Nevada, and Tracy Soferenko of Virginia. Those members of the board who are not up for election this year include President Mark Riccobono, Maryland, First Vice President Pam Allen, Louisiana, Second Vice President Ron Brown, Indiana, Secretary Everett Bacon, Utah, Treasurer Norma Crosby, Texas, and board members Sean Calloway, District of Columbia, Barbara Manuel, Alabama, Carla McQuillan, Oregon, Donald Porterfield, Arizona, Adelmo V. Hill, New Mexico, and Sheila Wright of Missouri. I would like to recognize Everly Hairston.
President Riccobono.
Good morning. Thank you. I know. Again, good morning.
Good morning.
Everyone can rise above their circumstances and achieve success if you are dedicated and passionate about what you do. Nelson Mandela. To President Riccobono, my colleagues on this extraordinary board, today I have mixed emotions, but I have hope in my heart because I know by me not choosing to elect for another board position, I am giving another person an opportunity to serve on this board. I have served on this board since 2010, serving under the leadership of Dr. Mark Maurer, and later becoming a member of this board under our current president, Mark Riccobono. Serving has truly fulfilled my life. Both Marks have made a mark on my life. Serving these years, I want to share that my journey has been long. It has been challenging. It has been fulfilling. It at times has been met with adversity, underpinned on a foundation of love and sincere gratitude. I want you to know, members, that I appreciate you. Thank you for your confidence in me, your courage, and your strength. And we together can continue to build our movement and inspire all blind people to begin to live the life we want. I want you to know that as a Federationist, you will never walk alone, just as I have not over these years. Remember, when you go through a storm, hold your head up high. Don't be afraid of the dark, because at the end of the storm, there is a golden sky and a sweet silver song of the lark. Walk on through the winds, walk on through the rain, for your dreams be tossed and blown. Walk on with hope in your heart. Believe me, I know and believe in the Federation of the Blind. I remain steadfast in our beliefs and in our philosophy. I am continuing to be filled with hope, energy, and love by participating in the National Federation of the Blind. My expectations are raised. My contributions make a difference to me and to others. And I will continue to realize the dreams of all of my dreams with this, the National Federation of the Blind. Know that I love you, and may God continue to bless you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Everly. I know that this board has appreciated your energy and enthusiasm. I hope to be you when I grow up. Luckily, this board has had no excuses, because you've served as our senior member and have been the most energetic of all of them. So it's
Thank you.
I'd like to recognize Terry Rupp.
President Riccobono, members of the board, Federation family. When I was asked to consider serving the Federation on the board of directors, I didn't think I could do it. I felt like I would be stepping into someone else's shoes. But my good friend Scott LaBarre said, "Terry, I'm old." A lot of these members of the board are old. We need young people like you. Thanks, Scott. These last couple of years has been a really trying few years for our Federation family, as well as my own family. So, like another one of my fellow leaders told me after a particularly difficult meeting, Everly called me and also said, Terry, I'm old. You're young. Stay you. Stay true to you. I used to have a shower curtain in my old house that greeted my guests. It was the words of Dr. Seuss. It says, "Today you are you. That is truer than true. There is no one alive more youer than you." So, in order to find me again and recharge, regroup, I've decided to not seek re-election so that I can focus on my family until my kids are grown and flown, because the Federation family is not going anywhere. So thank you, Federationists, members of the board, President Riccobono, for giving me the honor and opportunity to serve the Federation family these last few years.
Thank you very much, Terry. It's been an honor to have you on this board. I think the convention that you helped to host is still going to be one of the most memorable for Federationists for some time to come, and it's truly awesome to have your family here and in and amongst the convention. They were in the presidential suite yesterday, so sorry if you missed them, and we'll look forward to the continued work you will do for the movement. So thank you for your service. I'd like to recognize Denise Avant.
Thank you, Mr. President. Good morning, fellow Federationists. It has been an honor and a privilege to serve on this board since 2017. I have had the opportunity to work with extraordinary men and women on our board on many of the issues that concern our movement. I have helped to work on two strategic plans, strengthen our code of conduct, and just overall provide a welcoming space for new members to the National Federation of the Blind. I have had the opportunity to serve on our scholarship committee, where new young people come in and are introduced to the National Federation for the first time. I want to thank you, fellow Federationists, for the confidence and the faith you have shown me in electing me to this board on 3 occasions. But I know that there are leaders out there who are energetic, who are passionate, and who are committed to our movement. And so I feel that it is time for me to step aside and let those new leaders bring their passion and energy to our movement. I will not be seeking another term on our board. I appreciate serving with President Riccobono, Pam Allen, Everett Bacon, Ron Brown, and Norma Crosby, and the great Everly Hairston, and all the rest of the board here. But rest assured, I am not going anywhere. I plan and pledge to continue to help build our movement. Remember, with love, hope, and determination, we turn blind people's dreams into reality. Thank you so much.
Denise, thank you very much for your service. Denise, in the time that she's been on the board, has taken on some of the most challenging assignments that a board member could take on. And in addition to that, what you may not know is the work that she does representing the hopes and dreams of our movement in the American Bar Association, which our colleague Scott Labar got her into, but which she takes forward. So thank you, Denise, for all your work. Okay, well, we do have an awesome host affiliate, and so for some words from our host affiliate, I'd like to now recognize Norma Crosby.
Good morning. I'm going to try to move this so hopefully you can hear me. So good morning, everyone. I want to welcome you to the hottest thing happening in Houston this week, except maybe the weather. And I bring you greetings from our entire Texas affiliate. We're so very happy to have our Federation family here in town with us this week, and we hope that you're enjoying your time with us. Yes. You know, a number of people have asked me this weekend, they said, you seem so calm. How is that? Why are you not walking around with your hair on fire? Well, let me tell you, there have been days when I have locked myself in a bathroom screaming and with my hair on fire, literally. But it's not this week, and there's a really great reason for that. You know, my mama taught me that when people do things that help you, you thank them. And I want to take just a moment of privilege and thank the entire Texas team that has worked so hard. Yes. Yes. And I can't name all of them because there are several dozen people who have worked really hard to put this together, but there are some people that definitely deserve some special recognition, and I want to take a moment to do that. Emily and Richard Gibbs and all 5 of their children have Emily every day comes to me and says, let me take something off your plate, and I really appreciate that. Richard's driven Braille books here. Their 5 kids on Thursday loaded 115 boxes of Braille books for the book fair to bring down, and so I want to thank them. Mike, let me stop here and say that Texas steals shamelessly from our fellow Federation affiliates, and we've done that this year too. Micah Baugh is an extremely important part of why things have gone well for this convention, whether it's working with our mentoring program or making sure that people who got state assistance got their food stipends, anything that needed to be done. Rosie and Marco, yeah, absolutely. Loading buses too. Rosie and Marco Carranza and their children, yeah, from Louisiana. They loaded buses, and I think some of the hotel staff wanted to help them get on a bus, but they didn't want to, so they didn't. Laura Sowell and Kaylee Joyner and Liz Wisecarver, Louis Marr, Janine Lineback, Stacy and Raul Gallegos. These people all worked hard to either coordinate the hospitality suite or to help with ambassadors, dog relief area, so much. George Batiste and Randy Farber and I worked together on our restaurant guide. If you didn't get one, it's huge. And Kimberly Aguilar and Danny Martinez, and the members of our mentoring program, our mentoring kids, worked on Southern Strums. Our mentoring kids are going to marshal Southern Strums this evening. And also Hilda Hernandez and Jose Marquez worked hard on seeing to it that we had interpreters for pre-convention activities, and they've been giving me advice, and I really appreciate both of them. And last but not least, other federationists that have made some contribution. Kevin Worley and Worley Enterprises have donated the funding necessary for us to have a great band tomorrow evening. And the National Association of Blind Merchants and Nikki Gaikos have all contributed to the snacks that you've been getting from our hospitality suite. So all of these people deserve a huge round of applause. Yeah. You know, I I get to sit here before you this morning, and people thank me all the time, but if you see these guys in the hall, that's who you should really thank. And I want to take just another personal moment and say that I would like you all to keep Laura Sowell and Danny Martinez in your prayers. Danny's wife is currently pregnant and is in the hospital and is having a good deal of pain, but we know the baby's okay, and we know that Aleda will be okay too. But please keep the family in your thoughts. And Laura Sowell just learned yesterday morning that her mother has passed away during this convention. So please keep Laura in your thoughts, as we do in our Texas affiliate. So I hope you guys enjoyed all the tours this weekend. I don't know if anybody in here went on a tour, but we had tours to NASA, 3 tours to NASA Space Center, Houston, and to I can't speak, the Houston Museum of Natural Science. So we took about 200 people on tours during this. So some of those people that I just named helped you load the bus and get you to where you wanted to go, and that's one reason we appreciate them. We appreciate everyone who participated in the tours, and I've heard nothing but good things so far, so I hope you had a great time. Hospitality is still open, not during this meeting, but during some afternoon hours. If you look in the agenda, we are open at the same time the presidential suite is open. People have been confusing us because our door says it is the presidential suite. So it's 2 different things. 21029 is the Texas Hospitality Suite. Please come by, say hello, pick up a quick snack. We can't feed you breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but you can sure come by and get a bag of chips, a cup of coffee, and say hello to some really friendly people from Texas. Outside the exhibit hall is an exhibit from the Houston Museum of Natural Science. Not only did they work with us to arrange the tour to the museum, but they also wanted to come and have a small exhibit at a table just across from the doors in the exhibit hall. So if you walk opposite the exhibit hall, you'll find them. They'll be here today from 10 to 2, and they were here yesterday as well. Later today, you've heard about the food that's available here in the hotel, but I'm sure they're going to get slammed. So if you want another alternative, the Houston First folks have arranged that there's a snack shack out in the George R. Brown Convention Center space near the Sky Bridge at the Hilton here. And that will be available, I think, from 11 to 2 today. And what they tell me is if it does good business, it'll be back Wednesday, Thursday as well. They won't be open on the 4th of July. And I'm told neither will the Starbucks out in that area either. Tonight, the NFB of Texas is hosting Southern Strums. Southern Strums is an acoustic concert slash, I don't know what to call it, singer-songwriter, whatever you want to call it. It supports the National Federation of the Blind's of Texas Scholarship Program. We work with Harley's Wallet. They're a foundation founded by Harley Fetterman's family. Harley was a Federationist who died at age 18 from cancer, but who made a great impact on our affiliate and on other aspects of the blind community as well. So if you come in and spend $10 with us tonight, you can honor Harley's memory and support our scholarship program, and we will really appreciate it. Tomorrow night, the Haymakers, the Haymakers are going to be performing a concert here at the hotel. It's in the agenda, I believe. Starts, I think, at 8. See, your affiliate president has all the information here. But our own Tom Page, president of the NFB of Kansas, is part of that band. We support our blind community and of musicians, and we definitely, I call them a bluegrass fusion band. I don't know exactly what they are. Tom said that's okay to call them a fusion band. So go by, enjoy some great music, and support again our Federation family of musicians. Today, I'm not responsible for this, but there's going to be a great book fair, and our office was amazed for a few days because we had 115 boxes of Braille books that we turned into kind of a little rat's maze around our office, and it was fun getting in and out. But that book, the reason we had those books was because we're having a book fair this afternoon. So I hope to remind everybody that first of all, the first half hour is for children, and then after that, the adults will be let in too. And the reason I'm talking about this is we've made a surprise for people at the book fair today. Today, Michael Baker, who is a retired NASA astronaut, is going to be at the book fair. He is going to take photos with people, sign autographs, talk to people, and he tells me, we'll see if he really does, that he's going to wear his flight suit. So if you were planning to go to the book fair, there's an extra special treat, and please let our kids have the time first. Finally, Mr. President, I'll give you your time back here in just a minute. I want to remind people, because people have been reminding me all week, that we are going to a Houston Astros game, some of us on Friday evening. About 66 of us, I think, are going to Minute Maid Park, AKA the Juice Box. And our president is going to have the honor of throwing out the first pitch. It is a game, it is board member versus board member here, because it's the Houston Astros versus the Washington Mariners. And, yeah, the Seattle Mariners, let's be specific. Okay, Marcy. And in honor of the fact that President Riccobono is going to be throwing out the first pitch, the Astros gave us a jersey and asked us if we would braille that jersey. No way. So I have, first of all, for the cameras, I'll hold up, it's Astros on the front. He's got to be an Astros fan. And on the back, in the same, the Astros colors are orange and blue, and the jersey is white. And on the back, 64-ounce Games did the braille for us, and yeah, and they are so creative that not only is the dot blue, but it actually has an orange circle so that all the colors are represented, and it says Riccobono on the back. And here you are, sir. Okay, thank you guys so much for coming. We'll let the president say whatever he might want to say about being an Astros fan. But thank you for coming. Please say hi to us when you see us in the hall, or give us a hug, or do something. We are so happy that you're here. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Norma, and to our entire Texas affiliate for your great work. I tried to encourage Norma that she could throw out the first pitch. It'd be okay, but she said she was too busy with other convention arrangements. So, so we deferred her efforts to the hospitality here. How are folks liking Texas?
Where are we going next year?
Would you want to come back to Houston again?
Where are we going next year?
Is next year too soon?
Where are we going next year?
Well, Sean Calloway says we should think about going to the District of Columbia. So. He says that I had it a little wrong, but I don't know. People keep asking me all week where we're going next year. Maybe the next speaker will know. Our next presenter is our chairman of convention arrangements. He handles all of the things that you experience, and many of them that you do not experience, because they're central to making this convention what it is. The convention, to a lot of people, looks easy because it's well managed, but it is not by any means easy. He helps to keep everything running on time and to solve problems as they come up. So here to talk to us about convention arrangements is our Executive Director for Operations, John Berggren.
Good morning, Federationists. I can't believe we're already at the board meeting. The week is going quickly. I want to tell you a few things to know about the week or to keep in mind in between sprinting from session to session and grabbing something to eat. First and foremost, let your fellow convention goers and the hotel know you're here with the convention. I encourage everyone to wear their name badge. That helps the hotel to know we're Federationists and not an interloper wandering around their hotel. I would like to talk to you about something happening right after the board meeting, and that's banquet exchange. Highlight of the week, I hope everyone has a ticket for the banquet on Thursday evening. It's going to be a spectacular evening. The ticket you have, if you've purchased it, and they are still for sale at registration, the ticket you have will get you a meal, but I know that you'd like to be able to sit somewhere to eat it. So that is why you're going to go to banquet exchange. There will be a table across the pre-function area, the foyer out here, from the ballroom, banquet exchange table. They will be open after the board meeting and before general session for the next couple of days and during lunch. Exchange those tickets for a table number. Grab 10 of your friends, grab one of your friends, eat a solo meal, but you want to get a table number at banquet exchange. That will ensure you've got a place to sit when you get to the banquet Thursday night. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck waiting for open seating after everyone else has got their seat. A little secret bonus, when you exchange your banquet tickets this year, you'll actually have your table number on the card, your banquet ticket in Braille, finally. Now, I'm certain no one would leave the room before the board meeting is over, but if you had to use the restroom, I wanted to let folks know to the left of the ballroom, over where Alabama will be tomorrow, through those doors are men's and women's room, but there is also a gender-neutral bathroom over there, so please know that that's available for folks. Very conveniently located right across the hall. For those of us who would like amplified audio or Spanish interpretation, I encourage you to visit the assistive listening device table at the back of the ballroom, just to the left of the main door to Ballroom D when you walk in. They're on the back wall there. They'll take a deposit for the device, and you can hang on to that device all week, return it after the banquet. So they are back there. Assistive listening device table. If you want to make some noise, let us know where you are. There you go. Follow the dulcet tones of Corbo Connor's voice. Norma mentioned that there would be lunch available today in just across the Skyway in the George R. Brown Convention Center. Skyway's on the second floor. There is one on the third floor, but I think lunch is going to be on the second floor. There is also an option here in the hotel. Of course, there are the restaurants, but on the third floor, and this is all week, 11:30 to 2, you can grab a boxed lunch with a cold or hot sandwich, chips, fruit, cookie, bottle of water. Cold sandwich for $16. I think yesterday they had ham and turkey. Hot sandwich for $18. And I don't remember what yesterday's was, but I know they're planning fried chicken this week, possibly a meatball sandwich this week. So great option if you're running between meetings. All the breakouts are on the third floor, and cash sales is on the floor, so third floor, so very convenient if you're grabbing something quick. And like I said, they'll be open from 11:30 to 2 all week. If you are in your room late at night or getting up early and want that breakfast burrito, or to heat last night's burrito up, on the guest room floors, I believe from 8 to 19, in the middle of the long hallway, there's a little lobby area. There are microwaves available for guests in that public area, and working with the Texas affiliate, there are tactile bumps on the keypads for those microwaves. Start, stop, number 1, and I think the microwave I saw also had a bump on 5. So 1, 5, start, and stop. So I encourage you to take advantage of those if they're helpful to you. Yeah, don't pull off the bump dots, right. If you happen to be on, let's say, the 12th floor, certainly the first day, the elevators were not fast. There were some long waits. The hotel did confirm that there were a number of broken elevators, not that we needed someone to tell us that, but they did work, their elevator repair guy did work through the night, and yesterday I found them to be much better. I hope that that continues. But if you are in a pinch, while the doors on your floors, your sleeping room floors, might say no re-entry, you can actually re-enter. So if you wanted to run down a couple of floors to your friend's room, or you find the stairs here on the 4th floor, you can take it up to your sleeping room floor. I will tell you, 19 through 22, you will need your key card to get into those floors. And at least in the stairwell I tried, 23 and 24 are locked, so you still need to take the elevator to get up to the swimming pool and the spa. I think those are my items. I'd want to say, I can't say enough thank you to Norma and the Texas affiliate. We've talked about what a big job the convention is, and the affiliate has worked tirelessly to see that things run smoothly and to bring some exciting things to you this week. So I can't say thank you enough for all their work. And of course, throughout the week, absolutely.
Where are we going next year, John?
Throughout the week, throughout the hotel, there's a team from all across the Federation. Our national headquarters staff, our ambassadors committee, our training centers, friendly people who are just jumping in to help out. That's the reason this convention runs so smoothly. So thank you to all of you. I appreciate all of your help. And to answer Everett's question here, my notes are, yeah, that's cut off. We'll have to get back to you. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, John. We appreciate all your work on the convention arrangements. We know that many people make demands on you, especially when there are problems, and you handle them with great care. So thank you for that. Everett, you probably want to go to your home state of California. That's probably where you want to go.
California,
Yes.
we can go see an Angels game. You know, the real team.
The real team. I've talked about the volunteer presence here at this convention, and I do encourage you, if you are in a position to help out. I know our affiliate presidents have been asked to have people jump in at certain times, so just a reminder, if the question is, are volunteers still needed, the answer is always going to be yes, so just know that. We do have a quiet space at this convention. If you need to escape, it is a quiet space. It is not your personal business office. So keep in mind, it is a space that's intended for people to step out of what can be a very sensory-rich experience throughout the convention. So please respect that. That is room 326 is our designated quiet space. We have a number of other designated spaces, including our Blind Muslims group has established a prayer space in the convention. That's room 230. It can be used from, I believe, 1 p.m. up until, I love this, 11:59 p.m. I don't know what happens at midnight, but that is available, room 230, and that's available to you as well. I'm going to give you some statistics about the convention in a moment, but let me give you a couple other notes real quick. First of all, if you want to send announcements up to be considered during the general sessions, you do have to send them up in Braille. We do not accept unidentified print objects. Barbara Lose will be screening announcements for us. And other things, I believe that Norma mentioned the hospitality suite is 21029. And also on the 21st floor is the presidential suite, 21002. It's just at the other end of the hall. So the hospitality suite's next to the elevator, other end of the hall is presidential suite. The hours are in the agenda. I encourage you to come by and say hello. Okay, let me tell you about the current statistics for the convention, and it's very interesting. So if you haven't registered, you want to do so. We do also have a virtual convention experience, and I'll let you know that our virtual convention experience currently has 1,090 individuals registered. You can register for the virtual experience if you haven't, and you will be eligible for door prizes there. So the folks listening to this out there on one of the devices or on Zoom, please register so that you can get announcements and be eligible for door prizes. I'm going to give you the top 11 affiliates by registration. Why 11? Well, because number 11, number 10, and number 9 all have 66 individuals registered. Oh, wow. So they're currently listed in alphabetical order, making number 11 North Carolina. Yay! Number 10, Minnesota. And number 9, Florida. So I'd encourage all of those affiliates to get some people registered to break the logjam. Number 8, with 68 people registered, is New York. Then we have a bigger jump up to number 7, with 81 people registered, Nebraska. Number 6, with 90 people registered, is Colorado. So you need to be over 100 to get into the top 5. And number 5, with 114 registered, is California.
Yay, California!
They might be able to catch number 4, which has 124 people registered. That's Arizona. But I think Arizona is working to get just a few more people registered, because just 4 ahead at 128 is Louisiana. It's very interesting at the top here, though, because ahead of Louisiana is, with 163 people registered, Maryland. And I think number one is running away with it. They have 359 people registered. That's Texas. So, our Maryland president says she's already given up. Now that's the wrong spirit. Go out and find some people. Come on. Now, we do have 74 attendees from other nations, so thank you for making the trip to our convention. And again, if you haven't registered, please do so. As of the close of registration yesterday, our total in-person registration, 2,394. Now, earlier this week, John Berggren said we'd get to 2,510 individuals, which seems very doable. But I'd like us to do a little more, because I said we'd at least break 2,550, and he promised me a Shiner Bock if I could get that registration done. So please register. Let's see. I think we've... Oh, yes, treasurers. We had to move the location. If you need to do business with the treasurer of the Federation, we had to move it to room 341, which is by the elevators. So I believe that's by the east elevators. So if you have business to do with the treasurer, note that that has changed in the agenda to now room 341. I'm sure we'll be pushing that out in the mobile app. I think that's all the convention-related business, right?
Mr. President?
Yeah,
Mr. President, John Berggren.
Yeah, John?
One item I left off my list that might be of interest to our federationists at the Marriott. We are working with Visit Houston to make sure that the convention center stays open until 11 o'clock at night, and hopefully midnight on banquet night. Hasn't been confirmed yet, but we are working on that.
So, there's been a lot of speculation about where we might go for a future convention. And, you know, conventions, the National Convention here voted in the 1970s to designate the responsibility to the Board of Directors to manage picking conventions. The convention used to vote on where we should go, except that this led to all sorts of interesting things, like one year the convention voted to go to Hawaii, which would be a great convention if anybody could afford it, you know? So we had a great convention last year in New Orleans. We could go back there if you want to go back there. Or we could go to California, if you want to go to California. Or, you know, some people want us to go to Seattle. Ron Brown is calling for the Midwest. He likes the Midwest.
Excuse me, I have to interrupt. This is Paul Martinez, president of the National Federation of Blind of Florida. And I think we will shine the brightest from July 3rd to July 8th, 2024 in Orlando, Florida at the Rosen Center. We are coming back to Mickey Mouse. We are coming back to work together, work strong, and let's keep building the Federation. A todos los latinos los invito a la convención en el 2024, julio 3 a julio 8. Vamos a estar unidos en Orlando, Florida. Vamos a estar trabajando juntos, celebrando la victoria que hemos tenido desde años y años y años. Los invita presidente Paul Martínez de la Federación Nacional del Estado de la Florida. Los invito a todos.
Please welcome Mr. Harris Rosen. Hello and welcome. We're happy that NFB is returning. It feels like a family reunion. Rosen Hotels and Resorts is a family company, just like the Federation, family, and we honor the relationship. Here at Rosen Hotels and Resorts, we just celebrated our 49th anniversary. We welcome millions of guests from all over the world, many of whom return year after year, just like you at the National Federation of the Blind. Every day we strive to provide a safe, inclusive, and welcoming environment for our guests. From the Rosen Hotels family to the Federation family, we look forward to welcoming you back to Orlando for hashtag NFB24. God bless.
Okay, I guess that solves that one. We will be going back to Florida in 2024. Federationists who have been around know that we have had a long-standing relationship with the Rosen properties in Florida, and we're very proud of the work that we've done in prior conventions with the Rosen, as Harris Rosen said there, the Rosen family. They take an approach that's very consistent with our priorities in the National Federation of the Blind. We have talked closely. We've had this contract in place for some time, and we've talked closely with our colleagues at the Rosen properties. They are very excited to host us. This board has prioritized doing the best we can to pick locations that keep the costs as contained as possible, which, by the way, is getting more difficult, as you may have noticed by the food prices that we find. We look for hotel partners that share the values that we have in this organization. And so, consistent with our commitment to having an environment that is safe and welcoming, we've talked with the Rosen properties about that, and especially about coming to Florida in light of the fact that some civil rights organizations have issued travel advisories related to the state of Florida. The board of directors the board of directors has put a statement up at nfb.org/convention regarding our commitment to making sure that our convention is a safe and welcoming space, and the support of the Rosen properties in that effort. So I would encourage you to look at that. We welcome your ideas and, more importantly, your contacts about where we can go for our convention. We need a convention space that is big enough to hold a big group like this that consolidates the best we can to the fewest number of hotels, so that we have the opportunity to meet people and navigate and get from meeting to meeting, and that we can afford, right? Knowing that a lot of our members have few precious resources, and this convention is one of the biggest expenses they have. So know that this board works very hard on convention arrangements and picking locations, and I hope you'll be excited to go back to Florida with us. You heard Harris Rosen use the hashtag for the 24 convention, but we're still in hashtag NFB23, so I would encourage you to use that in social media. I've been watching some interesting discussions happening on Mastodon and other places, so please continue to use the hashtag, post stories and pictures about what we're doing so that we can spread the word. Now, we invite all sorts of guests to our convention, and we have a long-standing reputation of being very firm with those who we're unhappy with, especially their treatment of blind people, but also very respectful. We invite individuals from both political parties. We work hard to bring people to our stage, sometimes to create a relationship and sometimes to tell them we're not happy with them. But we treat all of our guests respectfully, and I would remind the audience that that's our job, right? We can be firm with folks, but we don't have to treat them meanly, and I think we have some interesting presentations this year, and so I want to remind you about the standard that we set for the people we invite to our stage. Now, speaking of social media and looking good, you may want to get your portrait taken at our portrait studio, especially right before the banquet. So a reminder that the portrait studio is open tomorrow from Wednesday, tomorrow's Tuesday. Wednesday from noon to 1, and on Thursday from 5:45 to 6:45, right before the banquet. My note doesn't say that the portrait studio is open tomorrow, so someone will let me know if I'm wrong about that. I do encourage you, speaking of communications, to write articles for the Braille Monitor. It's your publication, and you should write articles and contribute to it. We need content from many throughout this convention, and your convention experience is an important one to capture and talk about, especially as we continue to grow our presence here. Also, related to photos, you should know that we take photos in and amongst the convention activities so that we can promote the work that we're doing. So you should just know that that does happen. We use those in our publications. I want to talk about our Code of Conduct and then invite our chairperson for the Code of Conduct Feedback Committee to make some remarks. Everybody in the convention should be aware that we do have a very strong code of conduct in this organization. It confirms our commitment to making sure that we have a safe and respectful environment for all who participate in it, including those who are not members. This convention is the supreme authority of the Federation, and it has given our board of directors authority to put together standards and processes for making sure that we can maintain a very strong and welcoming environment. You can find all of the information about our code of conduct at nfb.org/code of conduct, and if you can't remember that website, just go to nfb.org and go to any page on the website. That's any page. At the bottom, you can find the Code of Conduct. We do, if you have a significant incident, we encourage you to report it. You can find all of the reporting information on the Code of Conduct webpage. You can also call us at the national office, 410-659-9314. Extension 2475, and we do also have Braille and large print copies of the Code of Conduct available in the free literature area. Now, our board continues to monitor reports that come in, and every report of an incident related to sexual misconduct is investigated by an external investigator. Her name is Tanya Banya. She's been in and around our convention before. I want to let you know that last year, in 2022, we had 26 different Code of Conduct reports made to the national organization. 14 of those were related to sexual misconduct. A number of those outside of that area are matters that we refer back to state affiliates. We do not refer back to state affiliates allegations related to sexual misconduct, but if there is other type of conduct that should be addressed by a state affiliate, we refer that back to the state affiliate and then monitor it. So far this year through sometime last week, we've had 16 reports come through our code of conduct process. 4 of those have been related to sexual misconduct. This board continues to monitor the procedures, which are working, I believe, extremely well, and the board continues to review on an annual basis the process and the code for improvement. So I want to thank everybody in this community for setting what I think is one of the best standards anywhere in terms of people treating each other respectfully and with dignity. So thank you to the members of the organization. I want to recognize Ronz Othman, who serves as the chair for our Code of Conduct Feedback Committee.
Good morning, Mr. President, members of the Board of Directors, and my fellow Federationists. The National Federation of the Blind is committed to ensuring safety and support throughout our organization, among our membership, and in our affiliates, divisions, local chapters, and of course, at our NFB-affiliated training centers. The code is one of the mechanisms we use to establish the standards and expectations for safety and support, but also to ensure diversity, equity, and inclusion. As part of our safety and support work, the National Federation of the Blind Code of Conduct Feedback Committee is charged with and has been gathering information for improving the participant experience, associated procedures, and identifying any barriers to understanding the policies and standards established for our community. We are requesting your direct feedback to the NFB Code of Conduct Feedback Committee. We need your help. In order for this code to be effective, in order for it to evolve and change as the times do, as we do, and as our experiences do, we need your help. We need you to help us inform what the code is, what it should be, and how we operationalize it. This is for the membership to do. We are your conduits as the Code of Conduct Feedback Committee to gather that information and share it with the Board of Directors so that they can make the decisions that are going to make sure that we continue on our pathway to ensuring we are the best, most supportive and safe organization for blind people. You can share your feedback confidentially with us by emailing codefeedback, one word, at nfb.org. You can also call 410-659-9314, extension 2284. That's extension 2284, the phone number y'all know. We are going to aggregate the feedback, and you can also talk to a member of the Code of Conduct Feedback Committee. Several of us are here around the convention, and you can certainly reach out to me. We will aggregate the feedback that we receive. We will protect identities of anyone communicating with us, and we will use that feedback to compile recommendations for code updates and process improvements. Thank you very much for your participation in ensuring our Code of Conduct and its associated processes are accessible to all and effective. And I hope that you all will talk with us and share your information and insight and input. Thank you. Now, President Riccobono, may I share the other?
What was that?
May I share the other announcement related to
Oh, please do, yeah.
Okay. So I'm putting on a different hat, but it's still me. I also happen to have the pleasure of succeeding Scott Labar as the president of the National Association of Blind Lawyers. We switched, thank you. I was elected last July and had the opportunity to have his tutelage only for 4 months, and I know we all miss him very, very much. But as you may be aware, the mock trial is an event that the National Association of Blind Lawyers holds annually in connection with each, or almost each, NFB convention. This was our brainchild of our longtime president, Scott LaBarre, who always served in one of the mock trial roles and was always hilarious. The mock trial takes a blindness-related legal issue, and through improvisation and creativity, blind lawyers and other Federation actors bring the story to life, often with hilarious and sometimes ridiculous results. In order to honor and remember our longtime friend, president and brother in the movement and legal field, for the first time ever, the National Association of Blind Lawyers will be making available for purchase a curated selection of previous NABL mock trials. Scott LaBarre chose them himself prior to his passing. These recordings feature Federation lawyers, including Scott LaBarre, Charlie Brown, and other familiar voices in a variety of roles. Proceeds will go directly to the Scott C. LaBarre Leadership and Justice Fund. The recordings cost $20 if paying with cash on site. You get a $2 discount, and $22 for all other methods, including online. These recordings will be available via download or via a flash drive if you are here in person. Individuals can purchase the recordings in one of three ways. First, you can go online by visiting blindlawyers.net. Please don't confuse it with a .com. We are .net. And you can purchase online. You can also visit Lisa Bonderson at the National Association of Blind Lawyers meeting this afternoon, beginning at 1:30, not before 1:30, please, to purchase the mock trial recordings. She will be outside of the annual meeting of the Lawyers Division. You can visit me at the general sessions at the Maryland Flag, and you can also get them from me there. Those with questions or who need additional information should contact me at rothman, OTHMANJD, as in David, at gmail.com, or you can call me at 708-829-0523, and that number again is 708-829-0523. Those of you that are listening virtually are welcome to participate as well. We would just ask you to please use the online purchase option. You do not have to have a PayPal. You can use a credit card or debit card. Please do support the Scott C. LaBarre Leadership and Justice Fund in this way. It's doing great things, and Scott loved you all very much, and I know that getting these mock trials out to all of you is something that he really wanted to do. It was important to him, and so that I hope that you will enjoy them as much as he enjoyed and we enjoyed making them for you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ronza. I heard it was a great mock trial yesterday, so we will have a Scott C. LaBarre Memorial Scholarship being offered this year at our banquet, so we have that to look forward to. One last item I want to mention related to the Code of Conduct is that this convention established the SAFE Fund to support getting trauma-informed counseling to any individual who experiences an incident in the course of our organization. That fund continues to operate through a third-party administrator and is available. You can find information about that at the nfb.org/code of conduct. We have a strong commitment to diversity and inclusion, and for us that is more than words. And for a number of years we have had a diversity, equity, and inclusion committee, and it's getting very difficult to distinguish what is baked into the convention and what are the activities of the committee, because there's a lot happening throughout the committee. So some of our board members have said, well, I think everything looks like it's diversity, equity, and inclusion on the agenda, and there's a lot of truth to that. I want to call to your attention that we do have a calendar to assist our affiliates and chapters in planning events to make sure that we're not conflicting with major religious holidays that we may not be familiar with. You can find that on our website. We have co-chairs for our Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Committee. We have one of them here with us. and he is from the District of Columbia. Here is Sean Calloway.
Thank you, President Riccobono. Before I begin, as a board member, I definitely want to say once again, please give a round of applause to Everly Hairston, Denise Avant, and Terry Rupp. Along with them and the board, they really have backed us up in regards to this initiative, diversity, equity, and inclusion. Also, I want to acknowledge the other co-chair, Mr. Colin Wong, who has done a phenomenal job in leading this effort as well. We've worked extremely hard as a committee to help ensure that we all have inclusive spaces within the Federation. And with the strategic plan that has come about, we're going to work closely with the board and sort of the aspects of the strategic plan to make sure that the DEI efforts continue. We had a very spirited DEI committee meeting yesterday, just involving our membership, not just committee members, but our membership as well. And it was a truly, truly wonderful meeting, and it shows how far we come in regards to this initiative that we do have. If you have any comments or concerns or questions in regards to DEI, please email us at diversity@nfb.org. Again, that's diversity@nfb.org. I've actually received phone calls as well. I'm not giving my number out now, but but I've received some anonymous calls, and that's fine. I mean, if you have opinions and you want to share them, as long as you're respectful, I have no problem with that. But again, any comments, questions, or concerns, again, you can email us at diversity@nfb.org. So thank you all so much, and have a wonderful convention.
Thank you very much, Sean. I would like now to call on one of the co-chairs of our membership committee to share some remarks with us. I have my membership coin right here, just in case she calls for it. And this is Denise Avant.
Thank you, Mr. President. First, I bring you greetings, fellow Federationists, from Tariq Williams, who is from the chapter president of the NFB of Arizona's Tucson chapter, and he is co-chairing the committee with me. Also, Danielle McCann, who is our membership support coordinator, and the rest of the membership committee. I do want to report to the convention that we had a great membership committee meeting on yesterday. We were joined by Norma Crosby and also Tracy Soferenko to talk about techniques they use for bringing people into their affiliates. We continue to provide support to our chapter presidents and our membership coordinators. The first thing that we do is we have quarterly chapter presidents calls, and these calls are generally centered around themes. So last December, we held our calls, and they are held on Thursday and Sunday night, because if you can't make one night, maybe you can make another night. But we had Chris Danielson, who is president of the Greater Baltimore chapter, with us to talk about planning the year ahead for your chapter. I don't know if you all know, but you can think about what your fundraising activities will be for your chapter and how you're going to get the money to do that. Then in March, we invited Kate Mendez to talk about our National Scholarship Program, as well as Tracy Soferenko, who is president of the NFB of Virginia. And of course, in June, we invited Norma Crosby to come back and talk about the preparation for this convention and what she does in Texas to build that affiliate. Now, we post to the chapter president's list as well as the affiliate president's list the dates for the chapter president's calls. And President Riccobono has been so kind to even put them in the president's notebook. So affiliate presidents, please communicate with your chapter presidents and let them know when these calls will be. We also put them on social media so you know when the calls will be. We generally have 44 people per call when we do them on Thursday and Sunday night, and we know there's more than 44 chapter presidents. So we just want to ask you to consult those outlets. Our next set of calls will be on September 7th and September 10th. And the theme there will be Blindness Equality Achievement Month and State Convention, since that is the state convention season. And our guest will be President Mark Riccobono. So he can talk about that and any other thing that he wants to talk about. And then our final calls for the year will be in December on the 7th and the 10th. And likely, because it was a popular topic, it will be planning the year ahead for your chapter. We also have what we call the Introduction to the Blindness Movement 101. This used to be our open house calls. We have renamed it now to Introduction to the Blindness Movement 101, and it's essentially for people who are considering joining the National Federation of the Blind, but we need to dispel some myths that they may have about our organization. And so we always have these on Wednesday nights. These are quarterly. The next one will be on August the 9th, and the one after that will be on November the 8th. We have started to invite our committee members into the calls to help answer some of the questions, and we will continue to do that going forward. We also, because it is important that you onboard new members as they come into your chapter, Tariq and I had created a video about the onboarding process and how to create the new member form. Please talk to your affiliate president about getting the link so that you can view that video. We think that you will find it helpful. This past March, we started a listening session for people who have been in the Federation for 1 year. It was well attended. We received good feedback about the work that our affiliates are doing and bringing in new members to the affiliate. We will have another one later on this year. I don't have the date yet for it, but you will be given that information in our various outlets. The National Federation of the Blind onboarded over 600 new members last year. So, I'm going to give you the top 5. In 5th place was Nevada with 44. In 4th place was South Carolina with 48. In 3rd place was Virginia with 51. In 2nd place was Texas with 58. And experiencing a spurt in growth was our Puerto Rico affiliate with 67. So, to borrow from a famous federationist, let's go build the National Federation of the Blind.
Thank you very much, Denise. And to our membership committee, I do encourage affiliates that have not assigned somebody to be a membership coordinator to please do so. Membership is core to what we do, and so we need a membership coordinator in each of our affiliates. And looking at the numbers, I suspect we have some chapters that aren't inputting their new members into the new member welcome process, which means they're not getting their NFB membership coin and welcoming packet. And so I'd encourage you to do that in the next year, so you might get into the top 5 next year. I'd like to recognize for a presentation next on the agenda the president of the National Federation of the Blind of Oregon, Carla McQuillan.
Good morning, everybody. Every year, the National Federation of the Blind honors and recognizes a teacher of blind students for going above and beyond the expectations and by upholding the philosophy of the National Federation of the Blind. I started as chair of this committee in 2016, and this year we received several good applicants and nominees, but one of them caused me to have to go back to my list. We never repeat this award to the same person. And so I went to my list, and there's a lot of impressive people. We started this award in 1988, so this is the 35th Distinguished Educator of Blind Students Award that we will be giving. Yeah. And there are some impressive names on that list. Evelyn Regan, Denise Mackenstadt, Ruby Riles. So I looked back because I could not believe that this individual had not previously won this award. But sure enough, she had not. In typical years, we notify the teacher that they are going to be receiving the award to make sure they're here at convention, right? Because they don't always attend. We did not have to do that this year. In fact, this year, President Riccobono said, what are the odds we could make it a total surprise? So, to the extent that we offer this individual a beautiful plaque in Braille and print, a check for $1,000, and the opportunity to speak for the National Organization of Parents of Blind Children. So how do we get this person at the board meeting to receive the award without knowing why? And how do we get her to speak for the parents of blind children without knowing why? So Carol Castellano and Beth Braun were part of this scheme. And sitting to my right is this year's recipient of the Distinguished Educator of Blind Students Award, Crystal Guillory. Now, I have to tell you, Beth Braun, I did not know how sneaky she was. Beth Braun created a false agenda that she gave to Crystal, so Crystal thought she was here to talk about the Braille Book Fair. Now, she can talk to you about that if she wants to, but for those of you who do not know Crystal, Crystal is one of our greatest members and teachers from the great state of Louisiana. Crystal is not only a full-time teacher, but she is the coordinator of our Louisiana Bell Academies. She was written up in the Ruston Leader newspaper for all of her efforts for the Bell Academy. She also runs a Braille Saturday program, and she's very active in the Louisiana Association of Parents of Blind Children. So I have for you, and Beth came over and said, don't let Crystal see the screen on your iPad where I have the language of the plaque. So let me pull it up here. The National Federation of the Blind honors Crystal Guillory, Distinguished Educator of Blind Students, for your skills in teaching Braille and other techniques of blindness, for graciously devoting extra time to meet the needs of your students, and for empowering your students to perform beyond their expectations. You champion our movement, you strengthen our hopes, you share our dreams. July 3rd, 2023. Bristol, here is your plaque. Oh, okay. Oh, us? Me too. And your check for $1,000.
Okay, I am very surprised. Very surprised. Had no clue. I guess good job keeping it a secret. I actually stepped in a little bit earlier and I had some notes for the book fair and I was thinking, well, Norma already gave away the big surprise of astronaut and what have you, so I'm gonna be repetitive. So I was a little confused of why I was here, but it's all good. And I don't have anything prepared, obviously. I will say that I feel like I've been in the field forever. I think as we get older, we're like, please don't ask me how many years. I don't want to figure it out. I do know that I've been teaching about 20 years. But I will say that my teaching phenomenally changed when I got connected with the NFB. I knew very few actual blind people. Obviously, I had a phenomenal blind role model in my house, and Eric, but I needed to know that there were more than Eric out there, and more importantly, my students needed to know that. And everything that I've taught my students to empower them is always, you can do this, I promise you. I don't know everything. I am your teacher. I have no clue. No one can know everything. But we are gonna find this person who can help us get through this. And it gets really tough every day in the school system because you're in a pickle, I guess you could say, a predicament, because you're employed by the school system. So it does get a little, testy at times because you know what your students need. And the power that the Federation has for me to be able to say, oh, let me tell you about so-and-so who is doing this job, and this is how we're gonna do it. So I'm so very grateful. I think that I have become a better teacher, a better person, a better mom, and I just hope to give back so much more because you've all helped me, so thank you.
You can say anything about the book fair if you want to. I think we covered it.
I wasn't sure. Okay, here's my speech about the book fair. You ready? So let me start over. Good morning, Mr. President and the Federation family. So just a little bit about our book fair. It is a joint effort between the American Action Fund and the National Organization of Parents of Blind Children. We accept donations throughout the year. They are stored and sorted in Baltimore now, which is phenomenal, and we're so thankful. At convention, we invite anybody who wants to get hard copy Braille books free of charge to join us. And I know some of you are thinking, okay, I love my Braille, but I only have so much room in my luggage on the airplane, right? But don't worry, we can get the book shipped to your home via free matter. We do all of that here, which is great. The event is tonight from 4:30 to 6:30 in the Lanier Grand Ballroom, K and L. Volunteers are working as we speak to arrange the book, so I'm going to be heading back. If you'd like to volunteer, we'd love to help you. We'd love to have you anytime today. As Norma previously said, we will have astronaut Michael Baker there at the book fair. We're so excited about this opportunity for our children and everyone, for him to talk with them and take pictures. And then The last thing I'll say about it is that this event, I think some of us in the Federation go, oh yeah, the book fair. That kind of goes on each year, and you're not really sure what the true beauty of this program is, but it's pivotal for so many families, I would say specifically for children, to build a personal library. They can't walk into their neighborhood library and get Braille books. Luckily now with technology, we have a lot more access to Braille, but it just helps them build their library. And I will say that it would not be possible without the sustained dedication of our members. So many people contribute to the book fair throughout the year and here. So just thank you to everyone, and I'll end the way I end all my speeches, Braille rocks.
Congratulations, Crystal. I'm glad we pulled it off. She'll be suspicious of me anytime I ask her to do something now, but that's okay. We do have divisions of the National Federation of the Blind. Divisions will be meeting this afternoon, most of them. Divisions are established to help build the National Federation of the Blind in specialized areas. We have sent division presidents last Friday, and we will resend it again this morning, the template for division reports. National divisions are asked to complete an annual report for the Board of Directors. If you have changes in division officers or board members, we ask you to email Beth Braun as soon as possible at this convention with that information. Divisions should make it clear that they are part of the National Federation of the Blind, and they're there to help build the organization. We get some questions about affiliate level divisions, and affiliate level divisions are responsible to their state affiliate first and foremost, because they fall under the state affiliate, but often they coordinate with the work of the national division. The board has established standards for evaluating divisions and helping to guide and build divisions. We have reduced the number of divisions during the past year, and we've been working on doing some reorganization of some divisions. So all that's happening at this convention. So I remind divisions to make sure that you get your annual reports in a timely fashion after this convention. The NFB information table reminds me, because it did this, that announcements, not only do they have to be in Braille, they do have to be signed by the person who sends them up. And I have one from the NFB information table that says the following information comes from the NFB information desk outside of Ballroom D, as in dog. Announcements for the president can be brailled there. Lost and found items can be given to the information table or claimed. They make the disclaimer if they have them. And you can also volunteer to serve on Federation committees by putting your interest in at the NFB information table. The list of committees is in the agenda. And the information table says that it can answer any questions relating to the convention. See if you can stump them. The NFB of Pennsylvania will caucus this evening in room 329 at 5:15 p.m. Bring your banquet tickets, says Michelle Burnett. Related to committees of the Federation, committees are appointed by the president. You can also, and I encourage you to submit your interest in committees online, nfb.org/committee-interest, or I'm sorry, there's no dash, nfb.org/committee-interest, all one word. There's a form there. You do have to fill the form out for each committee you're interested in. Please be thoughtful about it. National committees are important assignments, and please know that you can help with the work of committees even if you're not an appointed member to the committee in most cases. We have a number of partners at this convention that we're going to be talking about, but I wanted to give an opportunity to one of our partners to talk about a special new aspect of our relationship. I especially want to highlight that this partner has helped to sponsor our Give 20 matching program for this summer, so thank you for that. And even more than that, we'll be talking about the Museum of the Blind People's Movement during the course of this convention. I should mention that 100% of the board members here at this table are wearing their pins signifying that they have made pledges to the museum. And if we haven't already, we should give this next presenter one because his company has made a commitment of $100,000 to the Museum of the Blind People's Movement. So here is the CEO of IRA, Troy.
Hello, everyone. I'm smiling. Wow. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, NFB, for providing the world's largest, highest energy convention for this community where vendors like IRA can engage our customers, partners, and listen and learn. It is truly awesome. It's really great to be here. I want to share some updates, just quick history. I mean, I think some of you know this, but I wouldn't be here, IRA wouldn't be around without NFB. We were founded in 2014 at an NFB convention where we first demoed our product. Then CEO Saman Kanaganti, yes, Saman, yep, I think he'll be speaking later, had this great idea. I was fortunate to be with him. NFB has made some strategic investments in IRA, which was critical for us attracting talent, but the real benefit has been and remains the outward advocacy for IRA and visual interpreting and the feedback you all provide and guide us. And so as the CEO of IRA, I'm proud to work with NFB, and because of our recent successes in our access business, such as state of Alabama, where AIDB has found a way to, Alabama, right? To fund IRA for any citizen in the state. State of Colorado, we have Colorado here, has found a way to provide IRA for free for any state buildings or websites or parks. I could go on, we could talk about Starbucks, Amazon employing folks, but all of this has allowed us to invest, and Mark shared with us just now that we're proud to be a part of the Give 20 part, proud to be contributing to the museum. We're students of history. But let's get to some announcements. So first off, you know that Starbucks is a free access partner. You also may know that if you walk through the convention center, IRA is being funded by that convention center. So if the Starbucks line is long here at Hilton, try walking over to the Marriott. And if you walk over there, IRA is free. So last year, we announced that we would be raising pricing in January of 23. We also extended the pricing for those who had a plan prior to January of 23, and we suggested that we might need to raise prices again in 24. I'm here today to say we are not raising prices. Yay! And as IRA grows, as access businesses who pay the full retail cost, we're able to maintain or lower that retail pricing and invest more. And it is my hope and goal to continue to keep current or lower subscription pricing. But I'm here to talk about an exclusive. So for any new NFB member or NFB members who don't have a subscription, we're excited to announce that the lowest cost plan available on the planet is for NFB members. So we are discounting our current plans by 20% and including a starter pack of 25 minutes. So, and these plans are flexible, you can move around them. So stop by our booth at A9 to hear more, very excited about that. Two more announcements. To my left over here is Everett Bacon. We all know Everett Bacon, yes? And I am super thrilled, excited. We're just so lucky to have him join Ira as our VP of Strategy and Blindness Initiatives. So going forward, if there's anything you don't like about Ira, then Everett's your man. Everything you like about Ira, I'm your man. But in all seriousness, he's got an awesome mission ahead of us to grow awareness of visual interpreting and focus on growing support by public and private by developing standards and awareness. So I ask you to help join us in that effort. And if you want to hear more about that, come to our session Wednesday at 12:15 in room 343, or come by our booth at A9. We'll be talking about plenty of topics, including our plans for AI. So I'm going to conclude by just thanking everyone here for welcoming vendors like Ira and Mark and the NFB for being such a great partner. Without you, we wouldn't be here.
Thank you very much, Troy, for the tremendous commitment of Ira, and very exciting that NFB members will continue again to have deep exclusive benefits. There are many benefits to being a member of this movement, but our partners truly value the community that we built, and so there are other exclusive benefits like IRA pricing, and we're really appreciative of that effort, and so I would encourage you to check that out. And we're going to be seeking new ways to make sure that NFB members can access those exclusive benefits in the future. Now, I want to call on, because I know that she has a number of other things she's working on in and amongst this convention. Earlier this year, I asked Eve Hill of Brown, Goldstein, and Levy to serve as the Federation's General Counsel. You will hear me say this many times throughout this convention, but I continue to be glad that she's on our side. So here to talk a little bit about things we might want from members at this convention is Eve Hill.
Thank you, Mr. President, and thank you all. I am so honored to be the General Counsel of the National Federation of the Blind. I tell people I'm the General Counsel of the National Federation of the Blind all the time, and they're terrified. Not of me, of you. But I wanted to let you know a little of the updates around the legal program in this year and last year. We're doing lots of work in public and higher education, lots of work in healthcare access, lots of work with websites and kiosks and other forms of technology, accessible information, voting, and employment. But the word of the year is technology. We are going to be left behind if we don't stay on top of these developing technologies as they roll out. And one of the ones that is most concerning to us right now is artificial intelligence. As artificial intelligence rolls out, it brings great opportunities and great inventiveness, lots of creativity, lots of opportunity, but at the same time, it brings tremendous risks for people with disabilities and the blind in particular. AI is rolling out in employment screening techniques where they will have inaccessible assessments that screen us out before we even get to show what we can do. They have inaccessible, or not inaccessible, but AI screening tools that are a black box that are not educated on blind people and what blind people can do, and therefore assume that we aren't the type of employees that they're looking for. And so we're going to be taking those things on, and we'll be looking for all of you to let us know your experiences with AI as you go through employment processes. These will also be rolling out in education processes, and we're going to be looking for it everywhere and taking it on everywhere it comes up. We'll also be continuing to challenge inaccessible employment technology. We are facing this in several cases right now, going through the EEOC process where the technology that people were hired to use turns out to be inaccessible, and the employer's first instinct is to fire that person, not to fix the technology, and we will not accept that. And finally, we're going to take some new approaches to the development of inaccessible websites. Inaccessible websites are continuing to proliferate like rabbits. And we have been trying to use federal law to do that, and we're facing some barriers to using federal law, but state law is our friend. And we're going to start using state laws, which have broader coverage than the federal law, to challenge the source of these inaccessible websites, the folks who develop them, the platforms they're rolled out on, and really get at the source of the problem, not just the final customer who rolls out the inaccessible website. So those are the things I wanted to let you all know about. Thank you again for all your support, and I really love working for the NFB.
All right. Thank you very much, Eve. Appreciate it. I'm going to remind our group of speakers that are coming up that we got a lot to do still, so keep it snappy to our folks that have announcements coming up. So, but we do need to talk about the work that we do to support our supporters and to generate the funds needed to do what we do in this organization. And so I want to introduce, for a few remarks, our Director of Outreach. This is Patty Chang.
Thank you, Mr. President. I appreciate that. And I promise I will be brief. But we have to start with something that's really key with regard to all of our supporters, which is saying thank you. We have a number of sponsors and exhibitors. Go visit them in the exhibit hall. I'm just going to give you some of the top ones just to show you the caliber of sponsors that we continue to draw to the National Convention of the National Federation of the Blind. So platinum sponsors are, and please stop by their booths and make sure you say thank you: Google, Horizon Therapeutics, Microsoft, UPS Foundation, Vanda Pharmaceuticals, Vispero, Wells Fargo. Now I'm going to give you the gold sponsors. There are 5 of them: Amazon, Humanware, Oracle, Target, Waymo. We have other sponsors. I want you to check your agendas, check the app, and go and thank all of them. It makes a huge difference. We do still have a vehicle donation program, and I just want to share the number with you. I think you all know by now that you can call and they'll come get the car, and then the NFB gets the proceeds. So the number is 855, and listen for the rest because you'll recognize it, 659-9314. So the only difference is the 855. We have a new program that I want. How many of you have ridden in a lift since you got here? So quite a few. Now, how many of you have designated the National Federation of the Blind as your roundup? Sounds good. All of you who take lifts, you can go in the app, hit menu, and then you hit donate, and then you hit National Federation of the Blind. It's really that simple. It took me a whole minute to make this happen. Now, every ride I take in a lift, the National Federation of the Blind gets the difference between my fare and the nearest dollar up. Sometimes that's 2 cents, sometimes it's 99 cents. But believe me, it adds up. Every time we've gotten a check from this program, it's been bigger than the last one. So here's another thing I want you to do about Lyft. Share that with your friends and family. I hear all the time that we need to fundraise also outside the Federation, which we do. Now I'm asking you to help do that. Please share the Lyft Roundup with your friends and family. And Mr. President, the last thing that I do want to address is the Dream Makers Circle. Let's hear who's a member. All right, for those of you who are members, if you don't have your ribbon yet, come to the table. I have run out for the moment. So come to the table tomorrow morning, general sessions, and we will have your Dream Maker Circle ribbons. Those of you who are not members yet, the Dream Maker Circle is our way of giving a legacy gift. It can be really simple. I won't go through all the options, but call me. I love to talk about the Dreammaker Circle. You want to leave a legacy for the next generation, this is how you do it. And President Riccoboni mentioned our pins. We do have pins for those of you who are early adopters of the Museum of the Blind People's Movement. I am proudly wearing my pin, which has our logo, and it says National Federation of the Blind, and it says Unlocking the Future. If you have pledged or given to the museum, or you do during this week, we have a pin for you. Now, you'll hear a lot more about the museum tomorrow, so I won't spoof it. Mr. President, that's what I have for the moment.
Thank you very much, Patty. Patty Chang's doing a great job supporting our outreach efforts and building new partnerships with us, so I definitely echo her sentiment that you should please go by and thank our sponsors and exhibitors. They come to this convention because they get to connect with an unprecedented number of blind people, not just blind people, but influencers and leaders in local communities. So pay attention to who's here, what they're doing, what they're saying, how committed they are, and take that back to your local communities. And of course, those sponsors and exhibitors who are here know that we do not have a pay-to-play model. So they expect you to ask them all of the tough questions, and we expect them to have the answers. So ask them those questions, and we will continue to work together to raise expectations. The White Cane Fund is our general fund for taking contributions into the organization, and we have, for the last few years, been running a campaign called Give 20, where we work with individuals to generate contributions to our funds. And here to talk about the White Cane Fund and our Give 20 effort is Everett Bacon.
Hey, thank you, Mr. President. All right, how many of you have given 20 out there? All right, that's awesome. Well, we need to give more. So let me talk about the Give 20 program for just a minute. Give 20 is a chance for you to decide where you would like to have your $20 go to. Now, the general fund, which is also called the White Cane Fund, a lot of people think, oh, that funds the free White Cane program. Well, it does so much more than just the free White Cane program. It is the general fund. If Neil Lewis has a program that he wants to put in place, that's funded by the general fund. If John Perret comes to President Riccoboni and says, we need to do something for advocacy, that comes from the general White Cane Fund. So many of the programs that we do in the National Federation of the Blind comes from that White Cane Fund. So if you want to give $20 to that, you can do that. If you want to give %20 to one of the other funds, like the Jacobus Tenbrook Fund, which helps manage our building facilities, that's John Bergeron in our operations department. So that you can give $20 to that. That will go directly to funding our building. We also have our wonderful Jernigan Fund. For those that get a Jernigan scholarship, you can give $20 to that. And then, of course, we have our Rainy Day Fund, our Sun Fund, and you can donate $20 to that. This is the Give 20 program. Now, what's cool about this is you give $20 and you get entered in to win. You could win a trip to Orlando next year, a trip for two to Orlando, all expenses paid, so you would get your hotel, your airfare, all covered, so you get a free room at the Rose and Shingle. And then we even give you $1,000 walking around money, which is a pretty awesome thing that you could win. If you don't want to go to Orlando, which I do not understand why you wouldn't want to go, we have a cash prize that we would give you as well. But you want to go to Orlando. Everyone wants to go to Orlando next year, right? Okay. All right, so how you do this, you go to nfb.org/give20. It's just that simple, GIVE 20. So nfb.org/give20, it's a simple form you can fill out. I have some totals for you. So we just heard about my new boss at IRA, that they are the Give 20 sponsors. They want to match $25,000. Right now, We are at 181 people. Oh, check that. We're actually at 182 people because I just gave some money while we were up here. So we're at 182 people, and we are at a total of $13,803. Now, that's only halfway to 25,000. So we need to get to that 25,000. So help us out, help me out. I want to make my new boss look good. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's get to that $25,000 and let's go give 20. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you very much, Everett. I would like to recognize in a moment another of our affiliate presidents. I should say that we have taken gifts from Federation affiliates for what is our honor roll call. We will be publishing that at nfb.org/convention. We do continue to invite affiliates and divisions who did not get their financial gifts or pledges into us before the convention to do so during this convention, and we will update that roll call later, but those who made their commitments before convention will be listed there. We have an atmosphere of sharing in this organization. It takes all of us at all levels, and here to offer a presentation is the president of our New Mexico affiliate, Tara Chavez.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, my Federation family. Now, hold on a second. You guys are not awake out there. Good morning, my Federation family. There we go, that's better. I heard more of the people up here around me earlier, but not the audience. So, as President Riccobono said, I have a presentation to make, and I'm going to try and make this short. The National Federation of the Blind of New Mexico received a bequest from the Paul E. Humbert Revocable Trust, who is in Clovis, New Mexico. I believe it was sometime last year. And here I have in my hand a check in the amount of the half of that we are giving to the National Federation of the Blind. The amount is $144,465.65. Here you are, President Riccobono.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you very much for the generosity of our New Mexico affiliate. Keep those cards and letters coming. And we'll look forward to our Route 66 Ride for Literacy going through New Mexico later this summer. We'll be talking about that tomorrow. I would like to now recognize from the great state of Virginia to talk about our Sun Fund, Sandy Halverson.
Good morning. It is my pleasure to represent Shares Unlimited of the National Federation of the Blind, better known as SUN. It's easier to say, and there's a whole lot of sun in Houston. So, but it's sunny on the inside too because of us. We have, well, first I want to thank the staff of our National Center for the Blind for providing the data that you are about to hear. That is not easy work to do, but we want to make it harder. We want to give them more data to work with. So this report runs from January 1, 2022 through December 31, 2022. And before I tell you that, for our new folks, this is our rainy day fund. We don't know what we might need it for or when, but if we don't have it, we can't use it. During the general sessions in the back of the room, among other tables, will be a Sun table. I'm happy, and others with me will be happy to give you information about what we do, how you can help, and there is no donation either too small or too large. Given that we are starting with states from 44 down, if you are not listed, your contribution was not received for some reason, don't know why, but 44 with $25 is Vermont. 43 with $50, South Dakota. 42, Rhode Island, $50. 41, Delaware, $50. You see a pattern here. As it was mentioned earlier, these things are in alphabetical order. 40, in New Hampshire, $75. 39, Alaska, $75. 38, Georgia, with $100. 37, Colorado, $110. I know that's going to change. 36, Indiana, $125. 35, Kentucky, $150. 34, Nevada, $200. 33, Montana, $200. 32, Michigan, $225. 31, Tennessee, $250. 30, North Carolina, $250. 29, Wisconsin, $270. 28, Minnesota, $280. 27, Mississippi, $300. 26 is Connecticut, $300. 25 is Florida, $310. 24, Iowa, $320. 23, Arizona, $340. 22, Idaho, $350. 21, Hawaii, $360. 20, Oregon, $380. 19 is Nebraska, $410. All right, one Nebraska. 18, Pennsylvania, $500. 17, New York, $500. 16, Alabama, $500. 15, Missouri, $520. 14, Massachusetts, $550. 13, New Mexico, $600. 12, New Jersey, $600. 11, California, $600. 10 is Illinois at $645. 9 is Washington at $650. 8, Ohio, $725. 7, Texas, $800. 6, Louisiana, $1,000. 5, Maryland, $1,010. 4, Utah, $1,020. 3, South Carolina, $1,260. 2, Arkansas, $2,245. And number 1, of course, Virginia, $3,122. That gives us a state's total of $22,402. Funds not attributable to states, like those that come from committees or divisions or whomever, $7,470, giving us a grand total of $29,872. And the total assets that we have in Sun are $1,627,676.64. Now, we want to eventually have more money, obviously, than $1 million, because $1 million, though it sounds like a lot, doesn't get you, I guess it doesn't get you very far in an emergency. We have a great committee that President Riccobono has appointed, and because our activities can continue until the end of this year, we will be meeting after convention to develop strategies for working more closely with the local and with the state affiliates and local chapters to promote Sun in other ways so we can begin to increase the value of this fund. And Mr. President, I think that's my report.
Thank you very much, Sandy. Encourage you to visit the Sun table as well. I know that this next presenter has a difficult job to do in carrying this fund forward because it has been so closely tied to Scott LaBar, but I'm really proud to have his leadership at the head of our PAC plan. From Minnesota, here is Ryan Strunk.
I have to say, I'm very excited about Florida. I was looking forward to Seattle a bit, both because I've heard they have great tossed salads and scrambled eggs, and also because you can't spell Pacific Northwest without PAC. So we'll reconfigure that campaign for next year. But my Federation friends and family and community, I'm so humbled and overjoyed to be with you here today. But as President Riccobono mentioned, that joy is tempered somewhat by the absence of Scott LaBar. And if you'll pardon me for a moment, I had the opportunity to start working with Scott on this project back in 2020, and shortly before our first virtual convention. And in working with him, I had the opportunity to learn a lot of what it takes to run one of our largest fundraisers. You need persistence. If you're going to raise money for this organization, of course, you have to be persistent. Cajoling also helps. Cajoling certainly, for the cost of a cup of coffee in this hotel, you can join the PAC Plan. But also the creativity and the ingenuity that is required to empower and inspire people to get on the PAC Plan. Now, I recognize that part of that inspiration also meant that he named Ryan the Pack Rat. And I forgive him for that because he also let us name the Pack Mule Scott. So I will not be able to emulate Scott's big personality, especially behind the microphone, but I will miss it very much. The other thing I want to say to you about that is that we started working together in 2020. 2 conventions were virtual. Less than an hour before the board meeting presentation he and I were scheduled to give together, I had to call Scott and tell him I had been exposed to COVID, which meant that I did not get the opportunity to sit behind the table with Scott and see how all the magic happens at a convention. But Scott left an incredible legacy of a team of experts who know how this process works and are going to teach me everything I need to know. So I appreciate all of our experts who are going to be working on this. If you encounter mistakes in this process, charge them to me. Let me know about them. The successes that we have this year are because of you and because of that team that Scott assembled and that continues to make this program successful. Now, I know we have, I'm short on time, so here we go. What is the PAC Plan? The PAC Plan is the pre-authorized contribution plan, and it gives you the opportunity to give to the National Federation of the Blind on a recurring basis. So you share with us your credit card, your debit card, just the number, and some of those other things. We won't take the card from you. You can also provide us with your bank account number and routing number, and then we will auto-magically go in on a monthly basis and take the contribution amount you have elected out of your account. You can start with as little as $5, and you can go up as high as infinity. By the way, if you have infinity dollars, please come talk to me. I have some projects. But I would encourage all of you to contribute to the PAC Plan. In fact, I would beg you to contribute to the PAC Plan. But I also understand we do a lot of things, we have a lot of funds, and so I want to ask you, if you can't contribute to the PAC Plan, please ask your friends, ask your family, put something up on Facebook or Mastodon or Twitter or whatever platform you use. Send out an email. Ask your dentist once you get the opportunity to close your mouth. We have this plan. And I would love for you to be on it because there are so many of us here and we have so many dollars and we have so many projects. But there are lots of people who need to know. Here are 3 ways that you can contribute. The first and the easiest, because I know some of you have your phones out already, is go to nfb.org/PAC, P-A-C, nfb.org/PAC. If you don't want to contribute online, you can also call our phone number. That phone number is 877-NFB2-PAC. That is 877-632-2722. Or you can send us a good old-fashioned email at PAC, P-A-C, @nfb.org. I have a state report for you. I'm going to make it brief because there's a lot of numbers here, but just as a pop quiz, how many people, how many affiliates of the NFB do you think we have on the PAC Plan right now? All of them. All of them. Yes. Yes. Every state affiliate is represented, and so please, 52 through 16, please don't be sad at me that I'm not reading, but time is of the essence. Number 15, Iowa, giving $859.50 a month with 30 contributors. 14, the state of Utah, $847.39. Now, Utah, I know you have more than 39 people here at this convention, so ask them to ask their friends or ask them to get back to the PAC table starting tomorrow. Number 13, New Mexico, $922 with 31 contributors. Number 12, South Carolina, $944 with 49 contributors. You notice those two are real close together there. And then we have number 11, Nebraska, cracking $1,000, $1,218.35. And they had a little bit of help because number 10 is Ohio. They have $1,054.50 with 43 contributors. Now that's because somebody went ahead and dropped a little extra cash one month. That's why it looks like that. But hey, tight race up here at number 9, Louisiana, $1,305 with 45 contributors. Number 8, Idaho, $1,347 with 29 contributors. Number 7, Missouri, $1,365, 39 contributors. See, those are close together. Break this logjam here too. Also number 6, California, $1,383.50. Now, incidentally, California has 66 people here, also, I think, and 65 contributors. So hey, look at you guys. Number 5, Texas, $1,466 with 56 contributors. Norma, help me out here. Number 4, Virginia. She says she's working. Virginia, $1,740.50, also with 66 contributors. Number 3, the land of 10,000 lakes, Minnesota, 1981 with 37 contributors. Now, number 2, well, that's because the state affiliate gives $600 a month. I'm just saying. That throws off the 37 contributors, Everett.
36 did, come on.
Yeah. Number two, and help me out, Minnesota, because these guys are about to lap us. $3,670 with 60 contributors is Colorado. Number 1, the state of Maryland.
Yeah.
$4,577.05. Come on, at least give me 95 cents, Maryland, with 122 contributors, though definitely give more than that. That gives us a total on a monthly basis of $38,246.09 for an annualized total right now of $467,107.50. This week, I need your help to come back to the PAC table, to get out there on social media, to call your friends, whoever you need to call, to get on the PAC plan. Let's do one last thing. Let's sing the PAC song together. And for those of you who are musically inclined, I want you to consider the fact that the chorus to Journey's Don't Stop Believin' meshes really well with the PAC plan. So just be thinking about that. All right. Get on the PAC plan, sign up today. We need your contributions right away. Funding our movement, it must be done, so all our battles can be won. Thank you, my friends.
Thank you very much, Pat Rack Ryan. We appreciate it. One of my favorite Scott LaBar moments is Scott playing with the PAC critters in the pre-general session in the virtual convention. Locked in his basement with the PAC rat, you know? Before we get to a couple of other funds, we want to pause for another important presentation related to education. Here to present our Blind Educator of the Year Award from the great state of Missouri is Robin House.
Thank you, and good morning, President Riccobono, Board of Directors, and members and guests at the National Federation of the Blind. It is my privilege and my honor to present the 2023 Blind Educator of the Year Award. To help me during this presentation, we have a Spanish interpreter, Jean-Marie Aurora, who will be interpreting both of the recipients' comments and my comments as well.
Buenos días, Presidente Riccobono, a todos nuestros miembros federacionistas y a todos los invitados. Para presentar este premio, vamos a estar teniendo la interpretación tanto para Robin como para Tomás.
I also want to share that the committee, the Blind Educator of the Year committee, gets together and makes this important decision, and I want to thank them for their work. The members of the committee this year include Vernon Humphrey, Kate Mendez, Melissa Briccabono, and Eldamo Vigil.
Para este año en el comité tenemos a Kate Mendez, a Eldamo Vigil y Vernon Humphrey.
I want to provide a bit of history about the Blind Educator of the Year Award.
Quiero proveer un poco de contexto histórico sobre el premio de Educador Ciego del Año.
The Blind Educator of the Year Award is presented and has been presented for over 30 years now and began with the National Organization of Blind Educators.
Este premio se ha presentado por más de 30 años y es presentado por la Organización Nacional de Educadores Ciegos.
The importance and prestige of this award is that we don't award it every year. We only award it in years where a suitable candidate has been nominated and the committee agrees on the recipient.
Lo importante de este premio es que no se otorga todos los años, solo se otorga en los años en que se presenta un nominado en el cual todos los miembros del comité están de acuerdo de brindar ese premio.
Again, it's my pleasure and privilege to be able to announce the 2023 Blind Educator of the Year. Let me tell you some information about him.
Les voy a presentar este año al educador ciego del 2023 y les voy a dar un poco de información de esta persona.
He holds a bachelor's degree and a master's degree in special education from the Inter-Americas University of Puerto Rico in San Germain.
Tiene un bachillerato y una maestría en educación especial de la Universidad Interamericana de San Germán.
He holds certification in visual impairment from the Central University of Baymonam.
Tiene un certificado de impedimentos visuales de la Universidad Central de Bayamón.
He teaches Braille, orientation and mobility, and blindness skills to students.
Braille, Enseña Braille, orientación y movilidad y destrezas de ceguera.
Bear with us. Additionally, he works with children K through 12 in the special education program and mainstream education.
Trabaja con estudiantes desde kinder a 12 en el currículo de educación especial y de la corriente regular.
He provides Braille instruction to parents and caregivers at the Lola Rodriguez de Taya School.
Le da también educación a padres y cuidadores de la comunidad y la escuela Lola Rodríguez de Tío.
His philosophy of blindness is in line with the National Federation of the Blind, and he has been involved in the organization for many years and has been instrumental in building and rebuilding the Puerto Rican affiliate.
Su filosofía sobre la ceguera siempre está a tono con la National Federation of the Blind. Ha sido un miembro de la federación por mucho tiempo y ha sido una parte fundamental de la construcción y la reconstrucción de la filial de Puerto Rico.
In terms of the educator that he is, he believes in his students' strengths, abilities, and capabilities.
Una de las cosas que le caracteriza es que siempre ve las destrezas, la fortaleza y las habilidades de sus estudiantes.
Fun facts, he is also a mechanic, involved in the Boy Scouts, and has 2 sons.
Un dato curioso, también es mecánico, está en los Boy Scouts y tiene 2 hijos.
The 2023 Blind Educator of the Year is Tomas Cintron.
El educador ciego del año del 2023 es Tomás Cintrón.
Congratulations, Tomas.
Felicidades, Tomás.
We have a plaque in both Braille and print, and I will read the inscription in a moment. And to go along with the plaque, we have a check for $1,000.
Hay una placa que está en braille y en tinta y en adición a la placa también hay un cheque de $1,000.
Okay, here we go. Blind Educator of the Year, National Federation of the Blind, is presented to Tomas Cintron in recognition of outstanding accomplishments in the teaching profession. You enhance the present. You inspire your colleagues. You build the future. July 3rd, 2023.
Okay.
I'm going to read it again, and I'm going to slow down so it can be interpreted.
I'm sorry.
Okay? Here we go. Blind Educator of the Year, National Federation of the Blind,
Educador ciego del año, National Federation of the Blind,
is presented to
se
Tomas
presenta a
Cintron
Tomás Cintrón
in recognition of outstanding accomplishments in the teaching profession
en reconocimiento de sus
teaching profession.
en reconocimiento de todo lo que ha logrado en su profesión.
You enhance the present.
Tú mejoras la presencia.
You inspire your colleagues.
Inspiras a tus colegas.
You build the future.
Y construyes el futuro.
July 3rd, 2023.
Julio 3 del 2023.
Again, help me congratulate Tomas.
Aplauso, aplauso.
Tomas, here is your plaque, and here is your check for $1,000, and we would love to hear your remarks.
Buenos días para todos.
Good morning to all.
En 1992,
In 1992,
cuando quedé ciego,
when I became blind,
pensé que mi vida se había acabado.
I thought my life was over.
Pero conocí a la NSB filial de Puerto Rico
But I met the National Federation of the Blind, the Puerto Rico affiliate,
y mi visión sobre la ceguera y mi propia vida cambió.
and my vision about blindness and my own life changed.
1993 fue mi primera convención aquí en Texas.
In 1993, I came to my first convention here in Texas.
Ahora en mi 2023 cumplo 30 años de haber sido comenzado, creído y vivido la filosofía de la National Federation of the Blind.
So now in 2023, I
Vivido. Sorry,
I'm
Charmarie.
sorry. Sorry. Okay, I got it. In 2023, it's my anniversary, 30-year anniversary of being initiated to the philosophy of the Federation and living it throughout my those 30 years.
Cuando decidí ser maestro,
When
fue
I-
para
When I decided to become a teacher,
comenzar a creer que los estudiantes ciegos, en mi caso los niños ciegos, tuvieran las oportunidades que yo no tuve cuando crecí en la escuela.
It's because I wanted my students, my blind students, to have the opportunities I did not have when I was growing up and in school.
Así que me propuse no solamente aprender a ser un buen maestro, sino también a llevar a cada uno de ellos una filosofía de vida que fuese atenuada a lo que nosotros hoy en día creemos que es seguridad, igualdad y oportunidades.
Espérate, Tomás.
Sorry. Ok. Cuando tomé la decisión de ser maestro,
So when I decided to become a teacher,
fue para otorgar
it
la,
wasn't only to be a good teacher, but to give my students the security, opportunity, and equality that we practice in the Federation.
Así que para mí es un orgullo, un honor, no solamente ser miembro de esta maravillosa familia,
So for me, it's not only I am not only proud to be a part of this big NFB family,
sino también de contribuir en la filial de Puerto Rico como primer vicepresidente
but also to contribute to the Puerto Rico affiliate by being its current first vice president.
y mezclado todo esto junto, construir un mundo mejor para nuestros estudiantes hispanos, especialmente los de Puerto Rico, a que comiencen a crear en sus sueños.
All of this I do to help Hispanic students in Puerto Rico to achieve and live their dreams.
Muchas gracias.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Tomas, and thank you very much to Robin and the rest of our committee. And thank you to Jean Marie for assisting with the presentation. Outstanding. We are going to get to our scholarship finalists, so hang in there. We've already mentioned a number of times the partnership that we have with the American Action Fund for Blind Children and Adults, but we do want to let you know that the Action Fund has made 2024 Braille calendars available to this convention. They're in the free literature area. They do show you the 2024 convention of the National Federation of the Blind. In case you forgot the dates, you'll have to remember the place because it's not in the calendar. Federation affiliates are invited to place an order for 50 free Braille calendars from the Action Fund, as long as you do so by the 31st of August. You can email calendars at actionfund.org. We have a number of other projects we partner with the Action Fund on, and so I would invite you to check out the website. The Action Fund also helps to sponsor the free white cane and free slate and stylus work we do. So thank you to our partners at the American Action Fund for Blind Children and Adults. Now here to talk to us about the Kenneth Jernigan Fund is from the great state of Virginia, Tracy Soforenko.
President Riccobono, members of the Board of Directors, and fellow Federationists, Kenneth Jernigan Fund advances our longtime President Kenneth Jernigan vision for the Federation. We've been serving first-time convention attendees, helping them attend their first convention. Our longtime chair of this committee, Alan Harris, passed away just after our 2022 convention. Alan mentored many of us, and he and his wife Joy will be sorely missed. But they'd be proud of our work together and work of this committee. This year, we had the largest applicant pool ever, with nearly 170 people applying. And we awarded 94 Kenneth Jernigan scholarships. Throughout this week, you're going to interact with these first-time convention attendees. Welcome them into our Federation family. Help them get the most of this experience. Help them to take advantage of your connections and help us ensure this community is powerful. Now, I want to talk to those individuals who are first-time convention attendees in the Jernigan Scholarship Program. We want your stories. What was your takeaway from this convention experience? We'd love to have highlights, and we might use them to help advertise and promote the Jernigan Fund. You can give to the Jernigan Fund, share your stories by emailing kjscholarships@nfb.org. You can leave us a voicemail at 410-659-9314, extension 2020. Or you could come, if you want some help, come to the Jernigan table in the back of the room of our general sessions, where we'd be glad to help you capture your story. A story would be something like, as a blah, 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 something about yourself. This is what I came in with, and this is what I got out of the convention. We are thrilled for all of the individuals who support the Jernigan Fund. We are glad that you might consider the Jernigan Fund as you contribute to the Give 20 campaign. Let's go build the National Federation of the Blind.
Thank you to the members of our Kenneth Jernigan Fund Committee. Our final fund that we will talk about this morning is the Jacobus Tenbrook Memorial Fund Committee, which is a group of Federation members that helps to promote raising funds for the Dr. Jacobus Tenbrook Memorial Fund, which is the entity that owns the property, which makes space available to the National Federation of the Blind for our national headquarters. Our chairperson for this fund is Catherine Webster.
Good morning, President Riccobono, Board of Directors, and our Federation family. I've got two big updates for everyone. So, as President Riccobono just mentioned, this committee focuses on increasing funds for our beautiful building in Baltimore, and we're approaching our 20th anniversary this coming January. Which comes with that is a lot of maintenance and warranty and repairs that need to happen. So we are really looking to increase our funds specifically now. We also have a huge initiative underway, which we will continue to hear about during this convention week, our upcoming Museum of Blind People. And it will be in our beautiful headquarters in Baltimore, which means there will be much construction needed. So funding is definitely important individually at the affiliate level. So please do support our fund, and thank you very much. Back to you, President Riccobono.
Thank you very much, Catherine, and appreciate the Give 20 contributions and all of the larger contributions to all of our funds. All of this work has to be done, and it all takes resources to do it. One of the areas where we focus significant resources is our National Federation of the Blind Scholarship Program. This is one of our largest programs. It has an impact. How many, by show of voice, how many in this room have previously won a Federation scholarship? That is great. But many in the room have not. And so, but the folks in the room who have not have still helped this program take wings by making financial contributions. Here to present our 2023 scholarship finalist from the great state of New York is Kate Mendez.
Good morning. Oh dear, hold on, time out. There we go, that's better. Wow, you really have to make friends with this mic. Okay. Good morning, Mr. President, members of the board. While my scholarship finalists are getting up, walking a few paces forward, and turning around to face the audience, so they are lined up to receive that mic that's going to be passed down, I'm going to make a very quick, and forgive me, President Riccobono, I know time is tight, but we had some information that came to us late that they need to hear. Scholarship finalists, your portrait spot is outside door D, D like dog. After this meeting is over, please make your way there as soon as this is over. And for everybody else, that's just for scholarship folks. All right, so while that's happening, I'm going to tell you all a little bit about this program. So the National Federation of the Blind Scholarship Program is one of the ways that we invest in our future, the future of blind people across the nation and the future of this federation. Every year we receive hundreds of applications, and I have to thank the dedicated folks on the scholarship committee for convening and we're able to go through those and to look out for the top 30 students within that year's batch of applicants. What makes someone stand out to the scholarship committee? Well, they demonstrate scholastic aptitude. So folks who have exceptional track records in their academic careers, whether that be at their high schools or if they're in grad school, right? What is it that, sorry, sound off to my side that distracted me. You wouldn't know I'm an elementary school teacher. I'm distracted by the littlest things. So we look at their academic record and we look for scholarship. Because these are academic merit scholarships. The other thing that we look for is their leadership demonstrated through their extracurricular participation, their community involvement, and that community involvement doesn't have to be with us. One of the things that this program does is it seeks to bring new people with new perspectives into our organization, and to present these folks to you every year is one of my great privileges in working with the NFB. So without further ado, I am going to begin. What we'll do is we'll go down through. I will announce everyone by home state, last name, first name, of course, then home state, school state, and vocational goal. And then they're going to have 30 seconds. And folks, y'all know how to read a watch or a clock. You know what time it is, so I really do urge you to keep it to 30 seconds. To introduce themselves and tell us a little bit about themselves. So I hope that you enjoy getting to know them as much as I have. And without further ado, here we go. Michaela Biddle, New Mexico, teacher of blind students. Oh, and I'm going to ask the audience, please hold your applause till the end, again, in the interest of time.
Good morning, everybody. One of the things that stands out about me quite a bit is my sense of humor. Everybody's constantly laughing about my puns. For hobbies, I like to play a blind version of hockey. I like to write creative stories, and I put my humor in those too. And I've been blind since birth. Thank you.
All right. Teresa Mendez-Booz, Oklahoma, international health advocate.
Hello, everyone. As Dr. Kenneth Jernigan had a global vision to improve accessibility and empower blind individuals to succeed, I have a vision to improve health equity and physical activity within the disabled community. Thank you so much for the scholarship.
Felicia Bradford, Michigan, social work technician.
Greetings, everyone. My goal is to bridge the gap between the elderly blind and our young people, because our young people are our future and they will be standing where we are today. Thank you.
Noah Carver, Maine, New York, vocalist.
Good afternoon.
He's time traveling.
Listen, I came from the Eastern time zone. It's afternoon. When I chose to take a leap of faith and study at one of America's premier conservatories, Eastman School of Music, there were many unknowns, but none was more terrifying to me than my inexperience with music, Braille. So I taught myself it, literally. and it was very difficult. Turns out obtaining resources to learn music Braille is challenging, time-consuming, and requires funds to do so. My goal, apart from my work at Eastman, is to make any score you might want accessible, whether you compose it or whether it's written by someone else, through notation software called MuseScore. If you're interested, visit musescore.org, and if you're interested in learning about music Braille or what I'm doing at MuseScore, come find me, or if you want to talk about music or anything else. Thank you.
All right, Sarah Folsom, Georgia, biology.
Hello, everyone. My intention is to pursue a pre-physical therapy track to work with disabled children and athletes, which is a cause very close to my heart as a disabled athlete myself. Thank you for the scholarship opportunity.
Mitchell Ford, Virginia, attorney.
Greetings to the esteemed board and general membership. I am humbled and honored to receive this scholarship. A little bit about myself: I've had a fruitful 10-year career as an educator teaching Arabic, and now I will be transitioning to a career as an attorney to advocate for causes that I care about and to help people. And thank you very much for this opportunity.
Jack Freeberg, South Dakota, Indiana, Capital Compound expert.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for this great opportunity. I'm an incoming freshman at the University of Notre Dame. I plan on studying finance and accounting, and I really like to run and trade stocks, but I don't really know what I'm going to do with my life after I graduate college, so that's why I just made up something funny on the career goal.
All right, I told him at the NABS meeting last night, somebody's going to have to explain what that means, because I have no idea. All right, I think it means he's going to get rich someday. Now, speaking of riches, this year's scholarship class is rich in people whose last name begins with the letter H. From time to time, we have some of these funny little things that pop up with the class, and this one, it was a good year to have a last name that starts with H. For the first of the 6 H's, Justin Harford, Oregon, accountant.
Thank you, everyone. My name is, well, yeah, I'm not going to say that because you know my name. So I have had a career actually before this, and I had my first life as a student 10 years ago, got a degree in history and Spanish lit, and have worked about 8 years in the nonprofit sector. And I am looking to migrate to the field of finance, working as possibly an accountant in a nonprofit governmental organization. And I am also just really passionate about languages, whether the language of South America, Spanish, and the language of business, and the way thinking linguistically can help me solve problems. And for me, I'm just really passionate also about my involvement in the NFB. And my first time meeting blind people that I would actually want to be like was when I was 14 years old. And my goal is to support programs so that young blind kids don't have to wait that long. Thanks.
Ellen Harper, Michigan, Washington, D.C., attorney.
Thank you. I am attending Georgetown Law this fall to pursue a career in public policy. 2 years ago, when my doctor disclosed to me that I am and had been legally blind, I was shocked to discover how drastically others' perspective of me changed. I discovered that many of the institutions designed to help me find the resources I need to succeed also told me that my goals were too ambitious. This type of ableism perpetuated in these systems designed to assist people with disabilities made me realize I need to be more than a self-advocate, I need to be a community advocate. Thank you.
All right, Dan Lavinka, Colorado, social work. And for those of you saying, wait, but you didn't get through all the H's, Lavinka starts with an H. Find him in the hall and ask him. All right.
Thank you. Thank you so very much from the depths of the wealth of gratitude that I have.
I'm very interested in the end-of-life care. That's kind of where the lawn dart hopes to end at the end of the day. Speaking of the end of things, I'd really want to circle back to the beginning of things, and this whole place, all these people, the route that got me here through the CCB, giving me the confidence to really root into this aspect of wanting to create life, and come August, towards the middle or the end, we're going to push it back as much as we can. We got 2 twin Levinkas coming on the way. And it's a huge thing for me to say that without being completely terrified, especially as a blind person. I can only say that with the confidence that I do have because of all the support that I've ever had through all of this, and to be here standing this and saying this amongst a big group of people, it's really one of the highest lights of my life. So thank you.
I think Roshunda Holt, Kansas, business management. And just a friendly reminder, I'm sorry, guys, but please hold the applause till the end. Okay, go ahead, Roshunda.
Hello, everyone. I'm so grateful to be here. I've been told that I'm positive, optimistic, and very, very loud. So I appreciate anyone that hears my voice and calls my name. I will try my best to find you and greet you and just love on you as much as I can. Being diagnosed with retinitis pigmentosus was the best thing that could have ever happened to me because I got to be a part of this amazing community of National Federation of the Blind. So thank you guys so much for accepting me. I'm emotional too. And I'm really just happy that I got to go back to school and learn how to be visually impaired. Because of my journey, my education is going to take me to start a program called Life Transitions, assisting individuals into adulthood, because I need everybody to know that even though it's hard being an adult, there's somebody out there willing to help you go through that. And because of everyone that I've encountered that's helped me get to where I am, I want to be the advocate to help others do the same. So thank you. I'm really not hoarse. I'm just emotional right now. I appreciate you all.
Well, and you made a mistake telling us you're loud because somebody out there is putting your name down for next year's ambassador committee. Be a talking sign. All right. Tyler Hoppy, Maryland, Pennsylvania, law.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm honored to be here today. Just to give you a little background about myself, I am currently studying at Penn State now as a junior, studying political science with aspirations to become a U.S. Senator in my future. I have very strong aspirations to give a voice to the voiceless and help communities in need such as ours. There's far too much discrimination that goes on in this world, and I want to be one of the people in the United States Senate that can help make a difference. I just want to give thanks to the National Scholarship Committee. I am honored to be here and be recognized as a scholarship finalist, and I want to give thanks to my beautiful girlfriend, Cassie, who has helped me through this last school year. I honestly would not be standing here today without her immense support. Thank you.
Marco Hurtado, Texas, software development.
Hello, we're almost done with the H's, guys, I promise. Also, Kate, I would like to point out how apt it is that we have so many H's given that we are in the lovely city of H-Town. Quote unquote lovely, I get to say that because I live here. But I'm immensely grateful to be here for the week down in the searing city of Houston, from the Chris Cole Center for the Blind in the scorching city of Austin, Texas, which has been the culmination of my efforts for the past year or so to take my independence into my own hands and finally live away from home, pursuing school and a degree in software development, and potentially also marry my two passions, artistic expression and technology, and thanks to the support of the National Federation of the Blind, that dream can become a reality. Thank you all.
Joanne Kim, Pennsylvania, Environmental Protection.
Thank you so much for having me here. I currently study environmental science with a focus in climate and a minor in geology, which, to repeat what I said in the first night, is a fancy way to say that I like rocks. I am very honored to be here today. I lost my vision when I was around 10 years old due to a benign brain tumor, and that day I thought my life was over, mainly because in the Korean community, there's a lot of internalized ableism, and my own father was very not supportive of my vision loss. However, being here today, I've learned that it's okay to be confident in my vision loss, and it's okay to not be fully sighted, and it is still possible to live a full and successful life. Thank you very much.
So this next scholarship finalist is one of two distinguished in this way. She is a Tenbrook Fellow. What that means, so Dr. Jacobus Tenbrook was the founding president of this organization, and this award commemorates folks who have received a scholarship in the past, the National Federation of the Blind Scholarship in the past. And the standard for these folks is a little bit higher, right? As if the standards weren't high enough for this program, trying to find the top 30 scholars, blind scholars in the nation. To become a Tenbrook Fellow and receive a second scholarship, these folks have to have really shown active involvement, participation in the organization, and have turned their tremendous talents and turned their hands to helping to grow our movement. So this next person is one such young leader, Tricia Kulkarni, Ohio, California, Educational Technology.
Hello, my Federation family. This past year at the Louisiana Center for the Blind, I realized one of my favorite quotes. Confidence is not about knowing all the answers, but instead about being ready to face all the questions. I'm grateful to the National Federation of the Blind for supporting me as a blind woman in tech as I tackle questions like how to regulate artificial intelligence to not discriminate against people with disabilities. Thank you for this incredible honor, and let's go build the National Federation of the Blind.
Zachary Ledford, Utah, Sports Medicine.
Hello, my Federation family. I am beyond honored and grateful to be here with all of these incredible scholarship finalists as well. And thank you for your support and your love and mentorship you give us. I'm also honored to serve as the president of the Utah Association of Blind Students and have loved to see the growth within students, not only in Utah, but also throughout the National Federation of the Blind. I'm very grateful for those experiences, as well as my past experiences in athletics, and hope and intend to pursue an education in sports medicine to help further athletics within just around the world. Thank you.
All right. Maura Loberg, Nebraska, counselor.
Hello, everybody. Oh, wow, that's really loud. Thank you so much to the Federation for watching me go through all these milestones from high schooler to almost graduating college in December. You guys have watched me grow and change and cry and learn and do all the good things that you do. Thank you to the scholarship committee for this incredible, incredible award. You guys are bringing me closer to my dream of helping others in so many different capacities. I will be heading off to grad school next fall, not this fall, next fall, to pursue my master's degree in mental health counseling. And we have grown and changed so much during the pandemic, and I hope to be one of the people that helps foster that process. Thank you so much.
Now this next person is our second Tenbrook Fellow, Nina Maranka, New York, clinical psychologist.
Hi everyone. I just want to say that I'm extremely honored and humbled to be standing here for a second time. I obviously do not have time to get into all the ways that I've changed since the first time I stood here, but one of those is that I didn't cause feedback on the mic, so I'm really proud of that today, because that was like in my dreams for a long time. But I am so excited to be back here, having been active both nationally and in my state. and I cannot wait to reconnect with people from before, but also I am so excited to continue networking with new people, so feel free to stop over and say hi, and I can't wait to make the most of this opportunity, so thank you.
Zach McLean, Washington, Oregon, Sports and Leadership Management.
Hello, everyone. So a little bit about me. I've been playing football now for about 7 years. I was recruited by over 30 NCAA schools across all 3 divisions to play linebacker this fall. As well, I was one of the leaders at my high school who organized and advocated for unified sports and a now annual unified prom. And I was informed by Harvard Children's a few years ago that I am currently one of 2 in the world with a similar undiagnosed eye condition. So thank you for this opportunity. I could not put into words how grateful I am.
All right. So this scholarship class represents 27 different affiliates. Which if you think about it, out of a class of 30, that's pretty good. You got 27 affiliates. We can't get them all. The math would have to be really in our favor, but I think we've done really well. And this next one is our second from Maine, Ryan Mentor, Maine, Ohio, Law.
Hi, everyone. I recently completed my double major at Southern New Hampshire University and will be attending Case Western Reserve University School of Law this fall. I hope to practice as a disability rights attorney and also work as a guardian ad litem, where I can represent abused and neglected children in a courtroom. More specifically, I hope to fight for those who have faced discrimination and also serve as a voice for children who were failed by the systems and people that were supposed to protect, support, and love them. Thank you to the board and the scholarship committee. I'm extremely grateful to be at convention and look forward to the many opportunities that await over the remainder of this week.
Emmanuel Peoples, Illinois actor.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for having me. My artistic goals as a multi-hyphenate artist are to change the perceptions of albinism in the media through my work as both a actor and a playwright. I'm beyond humbled and honored to be here and excited to share more of my work with you and to join this fabulous NFB family. Thank you.
Eric Rivera Gonzalez, Puerto Rico, Law. And we're going to do what we did for the Blind Educator of the Year Award. We're going to do simultaneous, or a translation.
Es la primera vez que vengo aquí y hoy me reafirmo y confirmo que estoy en el mejor lugar. Estoy estudiando para ser maestro de impedimentos visuales y el ver cómo reconocieron a Tomás, un mentor en Puerto Rico, me da la oportunidad de seguir los pasos de Tomás, de ayudar a nuestra presidenta, a Chalmaría Arroyo, en todo lo que hace por nuestros derechos en Puerto Rico. Mi meta final es estudiar leyes. Al recibir esta beca, al ser finalista, tengo el compromiso, y es lo que le exhorto a cada estudiante, que salgamos de esta convención afuera a defender nuestros derechos, a hacer valer nuestros derechos, y que cada día luchemos y que la gente entienda que nosotros somos ciegos, pero somos iguales que todas las demás personas. Que luchen día a día por nuestros derechos. Si no luchamos, cada día nos los van a seguir quitando. Eso no lo debemos permitir. Gracias.
Now I'm going to be translating. My name is Juan Carlos. I'm here to translate from Eric. First of all, I just want to say thank you so very much to Shan Marie and to the board of the National Federation of the Blind for having me here. Without you guys, I would not have this opportunity. I would like to say thank you to Thomas for educating me, pushing me forward, for having all the values that he has inspired in me. I also want to say that as a finalist, I'm going to be very strong as a blind lawyer in Puerto Rico to educate, to showcase that we as individuals with disabilities can do more. My dream and my passion is to showcase that everyone has a voice, has a vision, and has a way to do what they want in their heart. Thank you for Mr. Riscobono and the Board of Trustees for having me and the scholarship finalists here. Thank you so very much.
Thank you. All right, so this year's scholarship class, there is a 40-year gap between our most senior finalist and our youngest finalist. This one is one of our youngest. She has been 18 for about, 2 weeks now? And we're so glad that her birthday is in June, so she could be here with us today. Ashley Rogers, Pennsylvania actuary.
Thank you for having me here, everyone. In case you don't know, an actuary will be doing a blend of math, statistics, economics, and business. So my career will be a complicated blend of all of those subjects. I would like to thank the NFB and everyone that made this scholarship possible for giving me this opportunity. And I'm looking forward to starting college in the fall and seeing what life has in store. Thank you.
Avery Celine, North Carolina, neuroscientist.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for having me here, and thank you so much to the Scholarship Board for awarding me this amazing opportunity. I'm currently a rising sophomore at UNC Chapel Hill. I'm studying neuroscience and minoring in biology and chemistry. And my goal is to, after my undergrad, pursue a PhD in neuroscience and do research in the field of Alzheimer's and neurodegeneration. And the reason that I'm interested in that is because being blind has taught me that we're not the only community that has challenges. There are many communities in our nation and in this world that have challenges that need to be addressed. And so I would really like to be a part of this community and other communities and helping in any way that I can. So thank you again so much for having me here, and I'm so excited for the rest of this week.
Athena Scoplight, California, Arkansas, psychologist.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for having me here. It's been such an honor to stand up here and talk to you all today and tell you a little bit about myself. First off, let me say that since I've been to this convention, it's my first one, my pride as a blind person has just grown so much, and I have noticed myself noticing all the little accomplishments that I've achieved so far in these first 3 days and actually recognizing them. So that was a really amazing feeling, and that wouldn't have happened without the National Federation of the Blind here to show me like what I'm capable of. And my goal as I continue in my studies is to become a counselor and not only be a caring ear for people who need to talk, but also have the honor and privilege of helping people design their own personalized plans and steps forward as they walk along their own mental health journey. And I am very fortunate to be able to perpetuate the ever-growing concept and truth that taking care of your own mental health is integral to living a happy and healthy life, and I very much look forward to helping people along that journey. Thank you so much.
Amart Taran, Arizona attorney.
All right, my friends, how's everyone doing? Yeah, okay, so if you know me, I am very proud to say that my family's originally from Afghanistan. And it's always been my dream, my passion to not only help the refugees here coming from Afghanistan to the US, but also in Afghanistan. So I feel right now the best way to do that is to be an attorney, to do what I can in Afghanistan. So thank you for this opportunity. I really appreciate it.
Tati Tolliver, West Virginia, Missouri, law.
Greetings, everyone. I am currently at Washington University pursuing a major in philosophical law and policy and double minoring in education and African American studies. Like many of you, I've been advocating for myself within the public school system since for as long as I can remember. And in my positions, I was acknowledged by administration and encouraged to mentor my fellow visually impaired students in orientation and mobility, classroom advocacy, and even pursuing interests through adventure, whitewater rafting, and vocalist interests. In my academic journey thus far, I have been able to acknowledge my passion for education and see the disparities across not only the disabled community, but also through other minorities such as religion, linguistics, and race. It's my passion to pursue educational equality for all of these marginalized groups and eventually continue to my federal judicial system. Thank you.
Cameron for Texas, medical doctor, bioethics attorney.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so very much for having me today. I graduated law school a number of years ago, and I'm currently a second-year medical student here, not too far away in College Station, Texas A&M. I realized after so many years of school, I probably need to find a different hobby by now. But in sincerity, this is my first convention, and it's no exaggeration for me to say that, without exception, every interaction I've had so far has been an incredible learning experience. So thank you all for the wonderful honor and the very warm welcome to the Federation family.
Kamile Whitby, Virginia, Massachusetts, autonomous vehicle design.
Good afternoon, everyone. I promise I'm the last scholarship finalist. I am a mechanical engineering undergrad at MIT. I hope to use my degree to advance the accessible design of autonomous vehicles to promote independent mobility. I have an interest in beat baseball and board games, and I also enjoy urban fashion. Thank you so much for believing in me and for investing in my aspirations.
All right, now we can do the applause.
Thank you, Kamile.
And Mr. President, members of the board, it's been my pleasure to present to you the National Federation of the Blind Scholarship Class of 2023.
Thank you very much, and congratulations to our scholarship class for this year. Worth waiting for, right? Yep. Wondering if members
I
of...
make a motion that we continue the scholarship program.
It's been moved and seconded to continue the scholarship program for next year. Any discussion amongst the board? All those in favor say aye. Opposed, say no. Okay, we will have another program next year. Before I give our chairwoman of the board an opportunity to make some closing remarks, I do want to say we need to continue to work together in this convention to get the places we need to go and do the things we need to do. Do recognize that we have a number of hotels beyond the Hilton where people are staying, and that may mean there's some differences in your experience. Some of the hotels outside of the Hilton and Marriott are offering free breakfast. You should not expect that at the Hilton or Marriott. I'm sorry about that, especially since I like breakfast myself. But recognize that the differences in hotels may mean your experience is slightly different. Also, I understand that some people have been inviting staff at other hotels to lead them toward the Hilton here, which they're not prepared to do. So I would encourage you to work with your fellow delegates to work out travel needs. I know there are a lot of blind people that would be pleased to teach you about getting around with a white cane or that sort of thing. So I encourage us to work together to take advantage of the hospitality throughout the convention. I would now like, one more thing is that this portrait studio is open right now until 2 p.m. So if you want to get your portrait taken, you will have until 2 p.m. today to do that. We have a chairperson of the board, and this has been Pam Allen for a number of years. I would like to offer her an opportunity to make some remarks before we close this meeting.
Thank you. Thank you, President Riccobono, and good afternoon, my Federation family. I'm so thankful to be here with all of you in person and also virtually for everyone that's listening online. It's great to be in Texas, and I want to recognize again the incredible work of Norma Crosby and our Texas affiliate for your hospitality and your hard work to make this convention a success. There's no place that I would rather be than right here in Houston, deep in the heart of NFB. I want to take a moment to recognize our first-time convention attendees, and we're so happy to welcome you and to share your first convention with you. I also want to thank all of our veteran attendees who made our first-timers feel at home at our rookie roundup on Saturday evening and our Jernigan Fund Committee. As we all know, and as those of you who are attending for the first time are discovering, you feel the heartbeat of our Federation community here. And there are so many ways to become involved in the National Federation of the Blind. We need you. It takes all of us to imagine the possibilities and to do the transformative and the challenging work that we do to increase equity and opportunity and make our dreams a reality. As we are reflecting this week on our commitment, as we celebrate our victories, as we grow and gain strength from our diversity, and plan for a future that is full of hope and possibility for all blind people, we are grateful for the legacy of exceptional leaders like Dr. Jernigan and Dr. Maurer, who have nurtured us. President Riccobono, you show us daily through your example, through your service, what it means to give from the heart and lead with wisdom and vulnerability, integrity and love. Thank you to you and to Melissa for motivating us to dream big, to lead boldly, and to listen and learn from our collective voices and many stories. I also want to thank all of you who are here at the convention and those listening to us online who are with us in spirit, for making a difference through the work that you are doing each day in our chapters and divisions and affiliates, as part of our national staff at our National Center and at our NFB training centers. Thank you all for challenging misconceptions about blindness, for raising expectations, and for helping blind people know that they can live the lives that they want. President Barack Obama said, "The best way to not feel hopeless is to get up and do something. Don't wait for good things to happen to you. If you go and make some good things happen, you will fill the world with hope. You will fill yourself with hope." That is what we do through our work in the National Federation of the Blind. I encourage everyone to take advantage this week to share what you know, to learn from the experiences of others, and to take it beyond this convention. Wishing you all a wonderful convention, and let's go build the National Federation of the Blind. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Pam. We appreciate you and all of our team at the Louisiana Center for the Blind. So we will stand adjourned until 9 a.m. tomorrow.
Thank you all so much for being a part of the board meeting. We are going to be starting our interview with Dan O'Rourke in just a few minutes. This is Melissa Riccobono, and very happy to be here with you. I know that Chris Danielson's going to join us because he is doing the interview part with Dan. I'm not sure who else we'll have, but we will definitely be getting started in just a little while. This is the nice part about having the same link for everything. You can just hold tight. If you need a little bio break or anything, please feel free to take that. We'll be back with you as soon as we can. to start our next presentation, which will be our interview with Dan O'Rourke. Also for this interview, we will be allowing chat and questions. So please get your questions ready for Dan, and feel free to post in the chat. Let us know that you're listening. I saw, I think 227 of you are listening right now. That does not include, of course, anybody that was watching YouTube online. So thank you so much all for being with us, and we'll be back with you as soon as everybody is ready, since the board meeting ran just a little bit longer than we were expecting. But what a great board meeting it was.